What's up, everybody? So, I mean, majority of you guys already know that Matt's not feeling good because of that blood clot in his leg. So, just give me a sec here, and I'm trying to send links out to everybody that I can real quick. Yes. And then, if some reason you don't have a link, let me know, and I can pop it in the chat for you. What is going on? So we got Lambo Joe, FPS shooter. How's it going, man? Drone shots and unlimited vertigo. Paul Murray. Okay, let's see here. Got Dominic in here. I sent a link to Tim. I had to resend his link. It's in your email, Tim, if you're listening, because I resent out your co-host link for you. But just because you said it wasn't working the other day, so I refreshed it for you. So, okay. Matt's still live, or is he ending it?
No, he ended it.
Okay. I could tell he was getting in a lot of pain. That's why I told him. He would have been like,
Joe and Unlimited Vertigo, Lambo, Paul Murray.
Yeah,
so let's go.
A lot of people with medical issues.
Yeah, exactly. I went back to Laura's Sunday night stream, and Gaffer is on that 2 and a bit hours in.
Okay, I must have missed him though. Because I know Tommy Temper was over there, but that was when I was on the stream.
Yeah. I just went back and had a look because I could swear he was on there. It was Monday morning for me. Okay, what are we? Excuse me.
Thanks, Unlimited. Appreciate it.
Yep.
Curtis actually I just gave him the footage I wanted to use, and then he did put everybody's logos in there and everything. And I just overlaid a song on there.
Yeah, we're gonna have to make our own intros for the Matt replacement streams.
I know, right? We actually showed his logo. I remember when
Paul wants to join.
There you go. I'll leave it in there for 30 seconds.
Paul, come and join us. AZ David.
Well, I sent links out to almost everybody that was in the panel over there. So
yeah, I was watching you guys, and all of a sudden he hung up.
No, Dominic's not restreaming.
I am now.
There, now you can go hide over in his chat, Max. Yes.
Yeah.
Max, are you busy, man? You and Tammy want to jump on or no? I can shoot you over a link if you guys are.
Dominic is restreaming.
I'm just setting it up now.
It's getting a little warm in here now.
Yeah, all of a sudden I heard his exit music going. I'm going, what the hell is going on over there?
Yeah, that blood clot he has is really fucking
That's
his
not good.
leg up. So.
Well, I discussed that. You remember with our air paramedic, and he says that's nothing to mess with.
No, Matt's got to be really careful. So I'm in the wood yard working. All right. Trying to get everybody's comments up here since Tim's not here. Yeah, I could tell he was in a lot of pain, so I told him, I said, I'll go start up a live stream if you want to.
Well, that's smart.
Off.
That's smart because I was worried about him starting up too soon.
Well, and he was only an hour in, so I figured, people weren't ready to, take off yet. So.
But I could tell he wasn't his same old self,
Oh yeah, for sure. I could see it too. That's why I told him. I said, "You want me to start up a live stream, and you can go ahead and take off and go lay down."
Yeah.
Well, too, and what I told him to get Mike too is so up under my desk, I have one of those padded foot pads, the real thick ones that are rounded.
right?
And it's about this tall, and it'll lift your feet about a foot off the ground. And what that does is you can rest your feet on that, and then it gets your legs up off the chair, where your knee goes around the chair,
Right.
and it helps with circulation. Plus, it's a little comfortable sometimes because your legs do get tired when you're just sitting on the chair with nothing.
Yeah.
But it probably wouldn't be a bad idea for Matt to look into a new chair and maybe get one that's got a recliner built into it. Something that he can recline right under the desk, be able to have his legs up, because then he'd be able to sit there for a lot longer without having
like one of those big padded lazy boy reclining desk chairs,
Yeah, they have those, and they got
Yes, they
gaming
do.
ones like that too. They're real big and padded, and they, he can just recline right under his desk.
AZ Drone Dude and Night Train, how you doing?
Michael.
If
Matt
anybody wants to
there.
come in, just let me know. I sent links to everybody who was on the panel over there, but I guess they were all ready to take off. So
Max Air says, "Isn't Dom restreaming? I'd rather
I
be
am
over
now.
there."
I am now.
oh yeah, he likes to hide over there in Dominic's chat.
Max Air
And
says, "I
Tammy.
want to give Dom the minutes."
Yeah, him and Tammy will go over there, and then they'll keep posting Dominic's stream and link in my chat. The one day when Dominic left, I ended his stream because Max kept fucking with me. I was like, fine, I'll just end it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, Night Train says he used his regular lazy boy for a desk chair for a while. Any way to get your legs up,
well, it's more comfortable sitting in that position as well.
Right.
Let me message Tim because I don't know if he
Night
knows
Train
I went
says
live or not.
people think that Max is really a drone pilot. Oh my.
Yeah, it's a bit like that.
I know.
Yeah.
What have I missed?
What the hell?
0 4 second on the received.
How's Nightbot doing? Hold on a sec.
Boston after the guy had gone in. Over. Right, 2300 received.
Timers.
So Dominic, how's your day going?
Yeah, it's all right. It's getting towards lunchtime. So,
Well, I was over in my chair listening to you guys, and all of a sudden I heard this heavy rain outside. I'm going, oh crap.
no.
Do you know what? I've got a
The hell?
I've got a mini over here.
That's not what I want.
And it's not working.
Okay. Interesting.
Oh, why the hell is that in there?
Nightbot is telling jokes. What's going
Is he?
on here? Yeah. It says here people are making apocalypse jokes like there's no tomorrow.
Okay, so that one worked. Hold on. It was.
Hmm.
Let me see if this works or not. Hold on. I was messing around with Nightbot today. Now, see, it's not doing it. I had to delete it out of the thing. The command's over there.
Wow.
There we go. Oh, shit. Let me go back up here. Damn it.
High quality plastic. That's good.
What's up, Mudball? How's it going, Marie?
TJ.
TJ.
Yep.
What's up, TJ? How's it going, man? Got Margie over on Dom's channel.
Hello, Margie. My ball.
Got Donald.
Now, when you guys are each streaming, do I see the comments on his stream and your stream, or just your stream?
No, you can see him in the StreamYard chat.
Yeah, if you're in the StreamYard chat,
You can
Yeah,
see all the comments.
that'll be
Okay.
everybody's comments.
Okay, that's what I was wondering. I'm not used to StreamYard. It's been changed over the years.
Yeah, so over on the side where it says comments, banners, brand,
Yep.
you hit the comments and you'll be able to see everybody from every channel.
You know, it would be nice if it would say up there just like a little, like if it
There's a
had
little
down
link
below like a
symbol.
little Dom to tell you that it was on Dom's channel that the comment was
There's
made.
a little link symbol that tells you which channel it's on.
Oh yeah.
What's up, Bob?
Which is that?
No, it only shows it to the person that's streaming it.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
only.
So it
only
will show
guys.
you, Dominic, because you're streaming to your channel. It will show them on mine because I'm the main streamer. And it's my channel,
My
Dominic.
ball.
That's what I say. That would be nice if there was some kind of an indication, Dom, of whose channel the comment was originated on.
What's up, Bob? Jody, Tar Heel Aerials, William, how's it going?
Maggie
Right.
TV.
Hello, Margie. She's in. She said
How's it
hello
going,
in
Margie?
my chat. Yep.
Damn it, where's freaking Tim? He's supposed to be doing all my side stuff.
Did you piss him off while over there on Matt's channel?
Oh, he said he's cooking right now. Well, hurry the
Oh.
hell up.
Yeah. Trying to get some more beer, obviously.
All right, let me try to keep up with the chat here. All right. No, Tim's making dinner, I guess, or what, lunch? Breakfast?
Snacks or whatever,
Lunch.
yeah. He's working on some nourishment.
Yep. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do that soon.
What time is it over there, Dominic?
It's 12:37 here, 11:37 for Tim
And that's in the afternoon.
in the afternoon. Yeah.
Oh, what's up, Joe?
What's up?
Hi, Joe.
How's it going?
Hey, Joe.
What's up?
Well, I'm sitting here and relaxing tonight. It'll be the first Friday night in a long time.
Good.
Nice.
Good to be able to bit of a relax.
Yeah, I felt pretty good all day. Went there and they said basically they think it might be reflux. Gave me some stuff to take. This crap right here, Protonics, 30 days
Oh,
thing. And I felt good all day. About an hour ago, I ate some chicken, like a grilled chicken sandwich,
Yeah.
and I'm starting to feel it.
Oh,
So
okay.
it's got to be reflux.
Oh, you're funny, Lloyd.
Well,
I
let's
love
hope,
the
let's
shirt,
hope
man.
it doesn't last too long there.
Well, the bottom line is I know enough to hurt myself working EMS. So the doctor told me basically today, he looked at me and said, "Did you take a nitro?" I said, "Nope." And he says, "Why?" I said, "Because if I take the nitro and I know it works, I go to the ER." And he
Yeah.
told me, "Well, if it hurts you again next game, take the nitro and go to the ER." So I got to make up my mind. One of the parents last night, when she looked at me, she says, "You all right?" That was when I was leaving, and she's a nurse. And I told her, "Yeah," I said, "I've got 5 days before I do anything else. So let me see about getting an angiogram tomorrow, maybe." And she said, "To hell with the rest of the season. If you got to go in, go in. We don't care, you
Yeah.
know." And I've got 30 parents that pay me to go do this. That's why I'm looking at the obligation I have. So I have to kind of work my schedule around them.
Well, except when it comes to your health, Joe, you've
I
got to
agree.
be obligated to yourself. Otherwise, you won't be there.
You're right.
That's the kettle.
Yep.
What's that old saying about the kettle? The pot calling the kettle black there, Paul?
Yeah.
But yeah, but I'm just wonderful, you know.
Yep.
But it's like
Can all be accused of that.
I've been through this. The last time I've had an angiogram was 5 years ago, and I was feeling real bad. It was not like this. That's why I'm saying it's not like this. And I looked at my kids and I said, "I'm calling up the doctor to find out if he's working this weekend over at the hospital." And it was his weekend. I said, "Okay." I called the nurse and I said, "Dr. Arena's working, right?" He said, "Yeah." I said, "Okay, look, I'm going in. Tell him I'm having chest pains." And he ran a battery of tests on me for 3 days, did everything he could. And then he said, "Yeah, we're going to do an angiogram." And went in and he found a couple of places where he put a couple of stents. And like I said, it's been 5 years. EKG came out exactly like it looked 2 years ago. So
Well, you know,
it's a good sign.
those stints in most cases really make a difference, don't they?
Oh, do they? I've got one
All right,
section
we'll
in
see
the
you later,
bottom
Bob.
part, the bottom section of my heart, where it's the bypass, and they have a stent that blocks off some arteries. And Dr. Arena, my last doctor, he went in there and he tried to remove that stent because he said if he can go through that, he said you don't need that there. He said he could open up the whole bottom of my heart again. He said I feel like a teenager. So I explained that to Dr. Isa, my new doctor, and he looked at the stuff and he says, "Yeah, I see what he's talking about." He said, "If and when we do go in for an angiogram, I'm going clear." So he said that'll open up the whole bottom part of your heart again, 30% of blood oxygen flow to probably about 80%.
Oh,
So
What's up, gear
that will
changer?
be,
that's a big
I
difference.
said,
That's not just 20 or 30%. You're talking
oh,
about
it's
doubling.
big time.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of looking forward to it, but it's like I've got a schedule right now on Wednesday the 1st, and they said that if this stuff works, to let them know and we'll push it back a little. He said because they really don't want to do the angiogram unless they have to. But he said now they go through the wrist, so they go through the wrist, so you don't have the problem with the groin and everything.
Right.
Because the first I would be going in for the angiogram, and then the third at night is the last game of the season. And if they go through my wrist, I will be there on the third to shoot pictures. You know, I won't miss that because it may be some people's last game. You know,
Right.
but I could stand on the sideline, and not walk around with my lens. I haven't been doing that much moving on the sideline lately.
Exactly, my ball. Yeah, exactly, Don.
So how's your new computer treating you?
Oh, it's great. I've got it. I've got all the slides from last night, about 400 up here. I'm getting ready to load them on, and for the site to let everybody know they're posted. And I'm going through now to take the ones I don't want to put up there. You know, it's
Yay.
like
Duh.
99% of them will be put up there. But there's a couple of, like, I took the pictures of the crowd about 5 times. So I'm gonna go find the one with the prettiest girls in it, put that up. And
Exactly.
I'll put the other ones up, you know.
Yeah.
Okay,
Or
that's,
the high school girl that was standing there and blowing me a kiss when I took a picture. I'm not putting that one up there. You know.
Oh yeah, yeah. You know, don't need nothing being said, right?
Oh, I
Not
was
these
I
days,
was
shit.
standing. I was leaning against the fence, and sports medicine's all female, and they were all standing there. And one of them looked over and she says, "Why'd you take that picture of me the other day? I looked like I had bitch face." I said, "You did." You know, you did have bitch face. I said it was resting bitch face, perfect. I said I put it on there to let you know. And then on the other side of the fence was the volleyball team, and about 3 of them looked at me and they said, "Why haven't you been at any of our games this year?" And I looked at them and I said, "Well, it's glad to be wanted. However, I'm not scheduled yet. You're just going to have to wait."
Hmm.
But being at the school 16 years, shooting pictures for them, it's like I'm a fixture there. I just go. I don't even check in. I just walk around the school.
All right. Oh, when I used to go to the schools when I was doing the gas meters, dude, I always told them there was kids there. Nope, I want somebody with me, a janitor
Oh,
or a
guaranteed.
resource officer. I don't want to be walking around here by myself and some jackass student say something.
I don't stay any place where there's 1 or 2, 2 maybe. You know, most of the time, like if I'm doing junior ROTC, we get 2 or 3 people in there with me. Then I get the group, and then the group leaves. So I'm up there by myself. That's not an issue. Had an issue back. This was back in 92. I was at a junior high, and we had 2 girls working with us. 2 girls on my crew working, and 2 girls from the school working. This is a junior high now. Remember this. So my 2 girls take off to go get some food. I'm sitting there by myself, the door closed. About halfway through the time, the other 2 girls come in and they're arguing. And they're having this, this conversation. And I looked up, and the other one saying, "Yeah, your butt's getting big. You're doing this. That's because you're effing this guy." Right? She turns around, this junior high school girl turns around, looks at me, drops her pants and says, "Does my butt look big?"
Oh, hell no. Dude, I would have ran out of there so quick.
I went,
That-
"Get out. Get out of this room. Don't come back. You're not helping us anymore today." It was like,
Oh,
wow.
hell no.
And then 2 years ago, we had a girl at Mandeville. She was one of the she did the videos. So all of them always talked to me the whole game. They're always around me. And she'd come up and she'd start dancing and all of this and dancing. And I said, "Go dance over there. And dance away from me." She get in front of me and dance for me, you know? So no, go stand over there and dance. So she came up to me one day and she goes, I turned 18 yesterday. I said, "I know, just keep going." Like this. So we were
Yeah,
at
fuck that.
we were at a
you.
a basketball game, and I've got a seat that I sit on. And I'm sitting on my seat, and it's right at halftime. Everybody's starting to go their own ways. She comes running over, starts dancing in front of me, jumps on my lap
Oh,
in the
hell
middle
no.
of this gym. And I
Wow.
said, "Get off, go get away." No, no. So I'm looking around real fast. And nobody's looking. I said, "Oh, thank you, Lord." Like this. I go walking over where the announcer's at. His name's Ken. He is the pastor from First Baptist Church. He looks over at me and he says, "So you have him sitting in your lap now?" Huh? He saw it. So he said, "You have him sitting in your lap now, right?" I said, "Lord." But it's not worth it, you know, to have one of them just
Oh,
even
hell
playing
no.
around
Not
with you.
these days.
You know, ooh, no.
They'll nail your ass to the wall these days for shit like that.
Yeah. Well, tell you the relationship. The relationship is the one last year. Her dad came up the other day and said, "Courtney wanted to say hi to you," and she said she wanted to see what you look like this year. Took a picture and sent it to her. She wanted to see because you were losing weight last year, like that, you know. But that's the relationship we get now. She would come up and hug me everywhere. but I just let that one go. It's like, if she come up, hug me, hey, you hug me and walk off,
Yeah, that's one of the reasons why I was so paranoid about going into schools, because they would say some schools were, let me get somebody. You can't walk back there by yourself, right? Even if you had
Oh.
checked in and everything. And then some schools, they wouldn't even check you in. They'd just be like, go ahead and go back. And I'm like, what? I'm like, no.
They've got 2 or 3 teachers at that school I wouldn't be in the same room with. It's like, man, it's crazy.
Yeah, I tell them, nope. I'm like, somebody's walking with me. Even though it wasn't our company's policy, I used to tell them that. I'd be like, it's our company's policy. We have to have somebody with us while we're in a school with children.
But
Because
you know what the hardest
when
thing is?
when you were working with like gas and stuff.
Yeah, because every school had 2-3 meters at it. Some school had 6 or 7 meters, depending on how big they were.
Yeah.
So I'd be in there for a good 30-40 minutes at a time, sometimes an hour. And I'm not walking around there by myself. Screw that. What's up, Rigger? How's it going, man?
Yeah, the hardest thing here, though, are at the games lately, some of the I want to say the 29 to 35-year-old moms, every one of them's coming up and hugging me. Hey, Mr. Joe, and give me hugs. And oh, Lord, playing these little tennis skirts and like killing me.
Oh, that's funny.
Somebody's got to do it, though, And I might as well
Somebody's
get paid
got to.
doing it.
Yeah, might as well.
Yep.
What are you making for dinner, Tim?
I made drumsticks. I fried them with on the stovetop.
Ooh.
So fried drumsticks, mashed potatoes, probably. I don't know.
By the way, I didn't time you out 3 times earlier. I timed you out 1 time.
No, I got timed out. It didn't tell me who did it, but yeah, I got timed out 3 times. So I fucking left.
Oh, I only did it once, and then I went back to my account. I was just messing with you.
I know. I got timed out like 3 times, so I just left it. Right when I showed up. Pizza rolls. Oh, yum.
Oh,
Dude, I
so
love
basic,
those.
but so good.
Pizza rolls are amazing. I love those things.
I make them from scratch. Beautiful.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
I make everything from scratch.
Right.
TJ. I love cooking. So.
Nice.
But I don't like to clean up.
Yeah, that's the crappy part. Like you make all the food, then you got to clean up. Like, damn it.
That's Tim's new cooking TV
Jesus
show.
Christ, Mike.
No, I ain't doing that shit.
Yeah, that's what you could call it. Exactly what Gear Changer called it.
What do you say? What do you say? Cunt can't cook. I can cook you under the table, cunt.
To be fair, what I've seen from Matt, I would eat what Tim made.
Thank you.
Burnt ribs. I mean, come on now, who burns a slab of ribs?
Exactly.
I'm still waiting for that hot dog.
You imagine how bad? It's bad enough Dennis was over there, right? And he's American, but imagine if Chris Hope would have been over there. I mean, Chris Hope's a hardcore Texan.
Yeah.
They're all about their barbecue down there.
I just like cooking things that I used to have in America. So I'm like catching recipes from here and there. So I cook them from scratch.
What's up, Chris? How's it going, man?
I actually did a lasagna from scratch. Did the noodles and one of those things, the lasagna strips.
I mean, that's like Matt trying to make jambalaya and Joe coming over there and he completely botching it. I mean,
right? Yeah.
Yeah, don't try that.
And I did the lasagna on the grill. Put it in a foil pan.
Mm-hmm. That worked.
It came out pretty damn good.
I've actually never had legit jambalaya. Never had.
You never had a legit? Oh, you got to go to.
I've never had anybody make it. I've never been anywhere where somebody's been making it or I've had it.
Have you got a pressure cooker, like an Instapot?
No, I don't have a pressure cooker.
You don't have a slow cooker?
I have a slow cooker, but not a pressure cooker.
Slow cooker is not good.
Well, you can. It'll just take longer, Joe.
I just need to get over there where Joe's at and have him make me a pot.
You got to go to Bourbon Street.
I was going to make a pot tomorrow, but the doctor told me kind of watch what I eat right now. So
I watched that one dude on YouTube.
Chicken was for.
I watched that one dude on YouTube, the real rednecky dude. It's always like doing the big boils and stuff, and man, that stuff looks good.
It's not that.
He's
a
got that really
cowboy
back.
show or
He's got
something.
that real deep Louisiana accent.
Where you at, Steve? Where you at, Steve?
Yeah, he sounds like Johnny Droneflower.
I
on
think he's
over,
even
all that
worse than him.
Come to my place.
Yeah,
Man, I'll fucking.
I'd
I'll
agree
have
with you,
a
Mike.
barbecue waiting for you.
Like this
Well,
dude
I'm
straight
gonna
lives in
tell
the
you-
swamp.
There's Chris.
I'm
What's
gonna
up,
tell you a
Chris?
secret.
What's
What?
up, Chris?
My
That's
sister
true.
has a restaurant, and she ate my jambalaya, and she said, "You're gonna have to give me this recipe because it's better than mine." I said, "Oh hell no!"
Okay.
What I do is I get the sausage and I get the chicken, and I fry it off a little. And I put
Mm.
olive oil in it. I take a couple of chicken
is-
bouillon cubes, throw it in,
Any breaking news yet?
and mix that up in there. Then I take 2 boxes of Tony Chachere's or Zatarans, the instant mix they make, with the rice and everything in it. Stop. With the rice and everything in it, and I throw it in the pressure cooker. 4.5 cups of water. 10 minutes later, it comes out just like my sister's.
No, nice.
Ooh, sounds good though.
Hey Joe, he's got to go to Bourbon Street. Take a
Oop,
flight over to
good
Louisiana, go to
point.
Bourbon Street.
I don't even go to
Right.
Bourbon Street.
Oh, it's beautiful
Brian.
during the Mardi Gras.
Not anymore.
Oh, really?
Oh, people are getting shot down there once a week.
What?
Oh, I'm telling you, New
All right,
Orleans
Waypoint, you got a
is
wrench, man.
so bad.
Fuck that. I went about 25 years ago, and fuck, it was fun. I had a blast.
Well,
I
usually,
do.
Joe makes everybody hungry on my show. He sends me pictures.
Well,
of
I'm
food
just
all the
about
time.
to put some lunch together. So
Well, Joe, that's a question. On Bourbon Street across the river, my buddy lives there. He said he's the only one that does neon lights. He does the glass blowing.
What's up, Curtis?
It's possible.
His name,
There's a place called the Glass Factory that does it.
his name's Neil. He says he does it privately, like whenever anybody asks. He said he did some of the neon lights on Bourbon Street. They paid him pretty good too.
It's a few people that do all of that.
Neil's been
Well-
doing it for 30 years now, I think.
Yeah, New Orleans has gotten so bad in the last couple of years that I usually do Mardi Gras where I'm out like at least 5 days in New Orleans all day shooting different parades. And the last 2 years I've gone Mardi Gras day only, just a one day. And at
Yep.
Gallia Hall where everybody's
Oh,
at,
very
with all the police. I just won't go.
All right, Curtis, enjoy.
I
And,
didn't know we got.
Lloyd
I
wanted
didn't
to
know
know
we
what
got
part
that
of
bad.
Louisiana.
I didn't know it got that bad, Joe. Fuck.
What part?
Yeah,
New
Joe. Lloyd wanted to know what part you live in.
Oh, I live in Mandeville. It's 34 miles north of New Orleans. Yeah, Johnny lives at Hammond, which is 17 miles from me.
Yeah, because you guys meet up a lot.
And we were supposed to meet up Thursday, and he never called. Called him today, and I said,
Oh,
"What
yeah.
happened?" He said, "He had forgot."
Hammond sounds familiar. Sounds very familiar. I don't know if I've been there or not.
And Hammond's on the way to Baton Rouge on I-12. It's you got Mandeville, you got Slidell, you got Madisonville, then you have Hammond.
Madisonville. Yep.
Yeah.
That rings a bell.
Gear Changer. We're actually on my channel. I was just covering for Matt because he had a blood clot in his leg, and he was a little sore. So we started up a live stream to take over for him.
Hey, you
So
fucker.
how's that about it, TJ?
Oh, dude, that thing is awesome. I went and flew it today. I put up 3 videos of, well, not in all like one day, but I put up 2 like yesterday it was, and then I put one up today. So I'm really liking it. Like the motion controller is not too bad, but to be honest, I prefer like the sticks over the motion controller. Really, to be honest.
Have you gotten a controller yet?
No, not yet. I think I'm gonna wait till Christmas, I guess.
I'll
I've
just
been
wait
thinking
for
about
the
getting
person
a
to
stick.
crash theirs.
If I get one
Yeah, but-
now, then, like I'll be like, I won't have any idea of what I want for Christmas, anyways.
Oh Jesus, you sound like a 10-year-old.
Oh,
Alexandria, Louisiana is about 150 miles from me.
TJ's like, that's what Santa's bringing me for Christmas.
Oh my
Yeah.
God! Did you write Santa?
Maybe.
Oh,
All
for
he
fuck's
wants for
sake.
Christmas
what
is
is-
his two front teeth.
Two front teeth. My two front teeth.
I want a full set. Goddamn it! Give me.
Oh, bite me, Max. I actually don't ever ask for thumbs up. I don't ever think about it.
See you later, cunt. See you, Steve. Have a good one, man. I heard he was going to the doctors too. Hope you feel okay.
Yeah, he doesn't have any more, unfortunately, though. Oh, he's offering
No,
it to you. Are you offering it to him for $100? You sell? Are you asking TJ if he wants to buy it?
I think that's what he just said. Yeah. I have one
Oh,
for
Dominic
Matt.
dropped out.
$100.
Does he have?
TJ.
Does he have
Yeah,
two or just? Does he have two?
Dude,
of
you
them?
ain't gonna get a better deal than that, dude. Because they used like the best deal I found you on eBay was about 140. That's a pretty
Hey,
damn
Chris,
good
how you
deal.
doing? How you doing, buddy?
Oh, bite my ass,
I'm-
Chris.
I might hit you up on Messenger, Brett, and give you a shout out, talk to you for a little bit.
I got a question for you, Tej.
Hmm.
Yeah. Did you ever get your drone back?
Not yet. No.
Yeah, I don't think so. Never mind.
Oh, it was Dizzy Dean's. You said. Well, there you go, TJ. I said, yeah, you ain't gonna find a better deal than that. You might, if you
Not for
can, jump on
$100.
it.
Not for
If
you
can.
$100.
Yeah.
Make sure you got the $100 to pay for it.
Well, that's what I'm
take it.
saying. If you can afford it, then I would jump on that because that's a good
Yeah,
deal.
don't take from Peter to pay Paul. That's what I'm saying.
Peter
So
to
pretty
pay
much
Paul.
don't steal it out of your wife's purse.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like, I'll take that.
Thank you, Peter.
Thank you very much.
It's like, where's my gas money for the week? What the hell?
Where's the mortgage
Sorry, you're
payment?
walking.
It's Monday. Oh, that's always fun. Had that done.
Hey, Gear Changers, your keyboard stuck on caps? What's going on there?
He's an old man, so you got to give him that.
Ooh, okay.
Ooh.
Wait for that reply.
Yep. I'll wait. Nah.
Yeah, because I had asked Maxer if he had a couple controllers. He did have one, but I think he had ended up like getting rid of one or whatever, or sold one or whatever.
Who?
He goes through a lot of drones.
Who?
Max had a couple controllers, or he had one, but I think he sold it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
No, he said it was Dizzy Dean's, not Max's. Or unless Dizzy Dean's name is Max too. I don't even
No.
know who that is, to be honest with you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think I know who. I think I might know who Brett's talking about.
I don't know. Hey, Joe, thanks for sending me them pictures. You made me really hungry a couple times. Thank you. Appreciate it.
I did that. If I go back in my messenger from him, it's like 90% is nothing but food.
Oh,
pictures.
Well, I
it
actually
looks so
haven't
good.
cooked much the last couple of days. Maybe about the last week.
really?
I haven't cooked that much. I've been eating because I've been every day. I had a game or something, so I might eat
Yeah.
a breakfast, but then I'd take off and I'd stop at Wendy's or McDonald's or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And that's another thing. Like I said, I've been getting indigestion after that. So it's like I'd come home and I'd want to eat something, and I'd say, "Oh, cereal. Eat some cereal. We'll see what that does."
Fucking Steve. Yeah, this morning I woke up and I had a little hangover, so I made a breakfast burrito, like scrambled eggs, peppers, and it was beautiful.
Yeah.
It's just I love cooking. I don't like to prep, and I don't like cleanup. So, but I love to cook.
So when you cook for yourself, Tim, do you just leave the dishes or whatever and hoping that somebody will come along and clean up after you or something?
I do them right after. That's cleanup. That's what I'm saying. Cleanup, bro.
Fucking
I don't like
TJ.
cleanup. I don't like cleanup.
That's what my
2
son
weeks
does.
later, Tim's like, yeah, like 2 weeks later, Tim's like, somebody will get to that.
I clean up after, right after.
Actually, the best way to do it, Tim, is limit the amount of dishes you have, because then you're less likely. You know what I'm saying? When you got 30 plates and you're living by yourself, you're going to use all 30 plates.
With you saying that, I did that just last week. I had like 20 plates. I had 20 little plates. I had the serving. I got rid of them down to 2 of each. That's all I need. It's just me.
I mean, that is honestly the way to keep cut down on dishes, is just not
Right.
have so many.
And it's easier
Because
to clean
you
up
will
than not
use
to
more.
there. Yeah, yeah.
Because everybody gets a little lazy when it comes to dishes, and they're like, oh, you know. And then it's
Yeah.
like, I don't have any bowls left, so you end up eating out of like a measuring cup or something, because that's all you got left.
Now I got 2 bowls. I got 2 of each
I've
because
done
in
that.
case somebody does come over for like after work or whatever, want to barbecue. First, if I
I
have
was
a
trying to eat
barbecue,
Cheerios out of a 1-cup measuring cup.
First, if I have a barbecue, I tell
I
people
did
to
that.
bring plastic plates or paper plates, and I got them holders. You know what I mean? Them holders where you put the paper plates inside.
Yeah,
Okay.
the plastic holders.
Mhm.
Oh, dude, honestly, if I could, actually, we did that for a long time, dude, where we would just buy paper plates,
Right.
plastic silverware, and we wouldn't
That's
use
what I do.
dishes for weeks, dude.
Good idea.
That's what I do.
But
But I don't have
a couple
company,
pots and
so-
pans, and that's it.
I never get company here, so if there is a barbecue, the landlord's throwing the barbecue. He's making pizzas and stuff in his pizza oven. And I just go
Honestly,
over there.
too, Mike, if you have a family, that's the way to go. If you don't want to be doing dishes all the time, dude, having 3 kids, bro, the fucking sink's always full of shit. It seems like every day there's a whole damn sink full of dishes.
Mm,
Get off the bourbon,
Hate
Steve.
that.
That's what's fucking up your throat.
mm.
I tell
Hey,
you,
how do I-
before my son moved back in, I was doing just washing the dishes as I was using them, and I didn't use a dishwasher for like 6 months. It was easier that way.
All right.
I never
What was your
had
question,
a
TJ?
dishwasher. I
How-
never had
how
a
do
dish.
How do I see like everybody else's chat, like Chris's and that other guy that keeps coming up? Because all I see is like
You
Don-
only use the StreamYard chat, not YouTube.
Yeah, read the StreamYard chat. You
Uh,
can
You
see
got
the chat.
you got to tap StreamYard
Are you on your phone
comments.
or
Well,
your
I'm using my
laptop?
phone, and then
No,
I'm
if you're
using my-
using your phone, you won't be able to see the chat.
TJ,
Well, no,
don't
Well, you
worry
will,
about
but
it.
it goes over top of everybody and it looks stupid.
TJ, don't worry about it because I'll highlight every comment.
Why are you on StreamYard on your
Uh,
phone and not on your computer?
So, because like I can't get StreamYard on my laptop for some reason. So like I use my phone to get on the panels and stuff.
It's
for
because you don't
StreamYard.
download StreamYard on your computer. You go to StreamYard.com.
StreamYard.
That's what we all do. There is
Yeah.
no StreamYard app, dude.
No. Okay,
What cat?
so
What cat?
what I do is
What cat?
because it's hard for me to get. I did it before on my laptop, and I don't know, like I was having a hard time or whatever. So like, I'll just use my phone for StreamYard, and then use my my laptop so I could see the chats and stuff. And then when I'm on your show, Paul, like I'll use my laptop and then use my phone so I could see the chats for your show.
Why don't you just get a
Is
PC
my-
with 2 monitors?
Get
Well, it's
what?
easier said than done.
Yeah.
Get a PC with 2 monitors, but you're spending all your money on drones. Save up for
Yeah.
a good PC and
Yeah.
2 monitors. There you go.
Yeah,
you
I
do
need to get a-
yourself a studio set up, TJ.
Yeah.
Tim's bragging
Also,
about
you
not
might-
having
you
any.
might
So
find out-
my kitchen table all the time.
These people don't know how alone I am. They think I got people around all the fucking time, I guess. I like being alone.
Well, that's going to come to a close here in about 5 or 6 months.
Yep. Well,
Then he's
I'll
going
still
to
be
be coming over and hanging with TJ.
I'll still be alone.
Thanks.
I like being alone. Less drama. Good to see you.
Less drama.
Well,
Thanks for stopping by.
not to be nasty, Tim, but
See you,
how
Gear
many,
Changer.
how many kids did you father?
How many kids did I father?
Yes,
5.
Right. There you go.
5 kids. Okay. And do you have
And
a
you're-
relationship with all 5?
No.
Oh,
And I don't want a relationship, and if all they want is money from me.
well, when they ask for money, just send them $1.
Fucking PayPal.
And they
my
could they
dollar.
could never say you didn't give them any money. Oh yeah, well here's $1.
Exactly.
If I can show you bank statements on how much money I gave my kids over the years.
Well,
And
yeah,
they're-
but see, that's
they're-
because you
they're-
were overindulging. You were trying to buy their love and respect.
No,
If
that's
they
wrong,
ask,
Paul.
if they ask you
No.
for money, you just
Whoa.
send them
Whoa.
just a little
Whoa.
snippet.
Wait a minute. No, that's wrong, Paul. I gave them money for their birthdays or Christmas or holiday or something, and I bought them things. I never tried to buy my kids love ever.
No, you just did it because you were their dad.
Right. I'm a daddy, not a father. Never tried to buy their love.
Yeah, but
not that kind of
in
person.
essence, in today's world, anybody that gives them anything, whether it's their mother, their father, their dad, their sister, their
What's
brother,
up,
whatever,
JDS?
it's all because of them, not because you wanted to do it. They wanted you to do it.
Well, one daughter said that I was a day late on her phone payment. She told me to get fucked and have a great lonely life.
That's what I mean.
So I never talked to her again.
Well, that's not Tim's fault, though.
It's not my fault.
No, it's not. It's not your fault. What I'm saying is kids today.
Okay.
You've got several different types of kids out in the world. You got the ones that are the takers and the ones that are givers.
I'm sorry, I'll take that back. I do have a relationship with Nicholas. He contacts me out of the blue, like once a month. He says, "Hey, Dad, how you doing?" "Oh, pretty good, son. How you doing?" You know, "Oh, I got this grade in college." I'm like, "Fucking beautiful."
What's up,
And then
Chris?
we have a talk, and yeah, I do have a relationship with Nicholas.
That's good. That's good.
Well,
He
the give
doesn't
and
want
taking
money.
thing,
He
the
doesn't
give and
want money.
taking thing goes with relationships as well.
Right.
You're either a
right.
giver or a taker.
That's right.
JDS is in the chat.
He's fucking going. TJ, question for you from Chris.
Yeah, I saw it.
And when
Are
I
you
get a
gonna
call
answer
from
him,
my
or-
daughter, the first thing
Oh.
I'm
Did you
waiting to hear is,
answer him?
can I borrow $50 or something like that? That's what I
Yeah.
wait for when she calls.
DJ, it's just as easy to say yes, I did.
But if
I know.
but Joe,
I know. I like
Joe-
to sound Southern, I guess. Like and throw the Indeed in there, I guess. I don't know.
But Joe, if they ask like that, it would be okay. But
Mhm.
if they said,
yeah.
"Oh, Dad, did you pay my phone bill?" "Oh, I'm
And
sorry."
if I can help her when she really needs help, I'm going to do it.
Yep.
Yeah.
The problem is that she don't pay me back.
Yeah.
I've told her, I said, look, right now she owes me $9,288.44.
Wow.
I just went and looked at it.
He's got it down
And
to the.
I'm not going to see that. I'll probably never
Yeah.
see it, but it doesn't matter if she would just pay me like the insurance that comes out every month on her car. That would be good. You know,
Well,
Now,
that's
how old
like
is she?
she's 28.
Ooh.
I helped her out when she bought the car a couple of years ago and had to put the insurance on mine. So she started paying me right off the bat, but then she didn't. She stopped. Now she's a nurse, so she's making better money. She started paying me, and then she had a problem where she was out of work for a little bit, so the check didn't come in. Then the mom got hurt, so she stayed home, and then she wound up quitting the job. She started another nursing job, making more money. And I told her, I said, when you get back on your feet, start paying that insurance. That's all I want.
right.
You know, it won't hurt you to pay me $100 a payday to cover your insurance.
That's like my son on here, this community, the drone community, helped my son out. And not once did I get a thank you for doing it for him, or nobody got a thank you in the drone community from him. Not one.
Yeah. I remember that.
Yep.
Yeah, because you guys raised like what? How much was it? It was like a few $1,000s, wasn't it?
No, well, it was about 1,200 and he got about $1,000, I think.
Oh yeah,
Because of the
exchange rate.
conversion
Yeah.
rate.
Conversion.
Which
of
what I
benefits
told him,
to-
but what I told him, I said, just give me your PayPal and I'll put that link in there so you get the straight money without, reversing. And he didn't give me that. And when he got the money, he didn't contact me for 2 weeks. He didn't say thank you. He didn't say nothing. And then I saw posts on his Facebook saying, we did this all on our own. I'm like, really? Everybody helped. I felt like a dick. Everybody in the drone community helped my son. And he didn't even say
Yeah, but
thank
you ain't got to
once.
feel bad for it. It wasn't you that did it.
Yeah, but it's fucked. But that's why I don't talk to my kids, because they're all about money, except Nicholas. He does. We chat here and there. He's doing good in college. He's probably the only one that's doing good. Yeah.
Well, that was underwhelming, TJ.
There you go, Jeff.
Said what?
28
I
years
said that was
old.
underwhelming.
He owes me a
Yeah.
lot. Yeah, 1995 was a bad. Yeah.
Yeah, AZ's in the same boat as you are.
As Joe is, yeah. He's not getting any of the money back. No.
His son's the same age.
Yep.
I
Was
thought his
it?
son was a little older than that.
I had one son that was born in 95. He's doing all right.
Well, the good news is she's the only one that owes me a lot of money. A police officer son owes me about $1,100, and he's now getting his state pay, so he's going to start paying me $300 of that a month to pay it off. So that's
cool.
going to get that out the way. And my other son, that when he went in the Marine Corps, he looked at me and says, "I don't know if I'm have enough money." And I said, "What do you need?" And I said, "Let me give you $2,000 right now." So I handed him that, and as soon as he started getting paid, he paid everything back. I mean, real quick.
That's nice. That's nice.
And he calls me. You're talking about, that's my son Nicholas. He calls
Oh,
me
really?
every
Oh,
day,
wow.
at least once or twice a day.
That's
He's
awesome,
married
man.
in North Carolina. He'll call me on the way home he'll call me at lunch. He'll call me on the way home. He called me this
Mhm.
morning and said, "Okay, how you feeling?" And I said, "I'm going to the doctor." So
That's like
But he-
Nicholas got a hold of me about 2 weeks ago, and I was at work, so I couldn't answer him. But he said, "How you doing, Dad? I'm doing this, and I'm like, "Holy shit!"
What's up, Corey?
It's good to
JDS,
talk to
I'm
him.
hanging in there.
well, he tells me all the Marine Corps stories. And this last week, he's been getting his brown belt in martial
Oh,
arts.
shit,
through
Roger.
the
Oh,
Marine
is he?
Corps. Right.
Nice.
It was getting trained. I was a Marine Corps combat instructor,
Mhm.
hand-to-hand combat
Oh,
instructor.
okay, David.
And I used to mess with him every time he tried to do something. I just stop him. So he told me this week, he said, "I just want to tell you, I don't know how you went through it." He said, "Because I feel so beat up in these last
Mm.
3 days, just fighting these little people here." He said, "You used to
Yeah.
do it every day like that." And I said, "Well, for 6 months of school, I was beat up every day." I said, "I felt like I couldn't walk half the time."
Yeah.
Because we were trained, and when we walked into training, we had 80 people, and they said about 10% will make instructors.
Yeah.
And it was actually 12 of us that graduated. And when we looked up the people that came in, the smallest guy might have been 6'4", and they were all Israeli commandos that trained us.
Oh, cool.
And we got beat every day. I mean, we get knocked down. And one day, it was like, if you ever seen the movie The Last Samurai, it was
Yep.
one day we had a draw. And when I had a draw with a guy, I knew I was doing it right. And then I started winning.
Well, that's like when you see the Navy SEALs. It's like how many go in, like 100 or so go into the training, but
Mhm.
I think 80% of them ring the bell.
About
So-
more than that, maybe.
Probably.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's way. You know, you actually have a better chance of becoming an NFL player than you do a Navy SEAL.
Right.
Yeah, your
Hmm.
chances of becoming a Navy SEAL are actually less, and that's what's cool is like Don Shipley. Everybody know, you guys all know who Don Shipley is, a famous SEAL that outs people that do the stolen valor.
hmm
If you don't know who he is, check out his channel on YouTube. Dude's hilarious when he calls these people on the phone and outs them, because he's got full access to all the Navy SEAL database and everything. And so he can see who's all been a SEAL and what year, what class they were in. This dude knows everything.
His son is famous too. His son has
And his son
a.
is now a SEAL as well.
Well, no,
his
he
son's a Navy
retired
SEAL.
because after what happened, he was in that.
But yeah, dude, Don Shipley is hilarious. Oh man. Oh my God, dude, that dude is amazing. Because, what's the sad part is like, so
Nice.
from somebody
Very
that
good.
hasn't been in the military, right? I don't care if you were 20 years as a cook in the military. I have just as much respect for you as somebody that was a Navy SEAL or anything else. Anybody in the military, I have as
No.
much respect for any of you guys. Right. But then you
Right.
get these people that had a 15, 20-year career in the military, and then they lie about what they did
Mhm.
and say they were a Navy SEAL or special forces. And it's like they don't think people are going to respect them because they were a cook the whole time.
Right. Right.
And it's like, dude, as a civilian, I don't look at you like that. I would, if you would have told me you were 20 years in the Navy as a cook, I would have been like, well, I appreciate it. Thanks. I wouldn't have
Good for
thought
you.
any less of that
Somebody's got to
person.
do it, right?
Right.
Right.
Well, that's what I'm
I
saying.
saw-
And Don Shipley has outed people that were in the military and lied about what they did.
Right.
I started out in the Marine Corps band. Did that for about 3.5 years. Went into supply basically, and got a call asking me from a friend of mine, "You want to come and do the training for a combat instructor?" I went there, did that for about 2.5 years, and then I went from there right back into supply, but in the purchasing side. So I was doing government purchasing, and that's what I did until I got out. I stayed in purchasing, and it's the same thing. It's still the Marine Corps. You still have to go through all the extra training. Still have to go to a rifle range. You still have to do everything.
Well, that's like my brother. He retired a
Fucking
full-blown
Bob.
colonel, and I told him, I said, "Why don't you just wait? You know, you could have become a general." He goes, "It would have took me 10, 15 more years to become a general." I was like, "Okay."
Well, the higher you go up, whether it's even just through a company, military, the higher you go up, the less positions are available. So it gets slimmer and slimmer and harder to move up.
You have to wait. Yep.
You know,
Yeah. Yeah.
it doesn't matter if it's a company and you're moving up through
Well,
management.
and I would imagine, Justin, I don't know this, Captain Joe might know. You get to a certain level, and
Ooh,
if
nice,
you
Brenda.
stay in and stay in and stay in, your retirement isn't going to change.
As when you get up to like E9, yeah. When
Yep.
you get up to the top, it's going to change by the amount of years. Every year you get a few hundred increase based on time. Because like my son, he went into OCS 5 years ago and started the training with the Marine Corps. So that was his paid. That was when he got paid first. He got commissioned a little over a year ago, almost 2 years ago. Yeah, it was 2 years ago. So when he got commissioned, he already had 3 years in pay grade. So he got paid more than the person that just got commissioned when he went active duty. Because he told me, "I think I'm getting paid wrong." And I said, "What are you getting paid?" And I said, "What's your pay grade say?" And he says, "It says 4." And I said, "Yeah, you got 4 years in grade." Because he gets, he's got right now, he's his first lieutenant. He's an O2 with 5 years pay grade. And if you're O2 with 3 years pay grade, he's probably making 800 more a
Good
month.
night, Chuck.
And it's based on the time you're in. So he just, his pay raise he just got gave him a $1,200 a month raise.
Okay.
You know, even from somebody that has never been in the military, I'd have to agree with Rigger on that. You know, you get somebody that's going like from enlisted and then going into officer, if that's what he was meaning, because they have
That's
more
probably-
more experience with the bottom guys and they've worked their way up to that versus just going straight into, you know, West Point type thing.
I
I
had
think it
the
gives them a better perspective.
I had
Okay,
the
Chuck.
son. Go ahead.
Chuck will see you. I think Chuck is signing off.
Good night, Chuck.
You know, when I was
Go ahead, Joe.
stationed
Sorry
at
to
Paris
interrupt.
Island, that's all right. When I
Go
was
ahead.
stationed at Paris Island, the second lieutenant, boot lieutenant, he was in. I was a staff NCO. He was a lieutenant, and it was the son of the commandant of the Marine Corps. And this guy was ridiculous. I mean, he gave me all kind of crap. Just went around me all the time. I had troops would go to him and say, "Could I get off?" And then I'd be looking for him. Where are they? And he wouldn't tell me. And it got to the point where I went up to him. I said, "Look, I work for you. They work for me. We need to get on the same page." And he kind of laughed about it. And he was getting ready to get married, and his dad was coming in. And I said, "I'm just telling you, we got to be on the same page. I'm gonna talk to your dad about you." And he started laughing. Now he didn't know that when I was stationed here in New Orleans, I was a driver at 8th District also. I drove his dad around
Yeah.
when he came in. So his dad knew me. When his dad walked into the building, we called it to attention. He said, "Oh, as you were." He looked over at me and said, "Oh, hey, Joseph, how you doing?" You should have seen his son's face. His son just kind of slumped in the chair. And I said, "Sir," I said, "when you get a chance, I got to talk to you about something." Just like that. He said, "Let's go talk right now. Let's go catch up." I told him what was going on with the son. He told me, "Dismiss your troops. My son's going to stay back here the rest of the day." Went in there, closed the door with his son. A week later, his son was transferred out of there.
All right.
Hmm.
But it's,
No
Well,
special
when
treatment.
you're right, you're right, Joe. You know.
but it was, you know, like I told my son, I said, "You're a lieutenant, but you better find a gunny, a staff sergeant. You better find your staff NCOs, and you better put them under your wing and get them to take you under their wing." I
Yep.
said, "Trust in what they say and let them run the shop. Don't you try to run it. Let them do it because they're going to protect you." And he's
Yeah,
telling me
don't
now, he said, "Boy, you gave me the best advice."
don't micromanage him. Let him.
Oh, let them do it.
Yeah.
Put your trust in them, and they'll put their trust back in you, right?
That's true.
So, TJ, did you work today?
No, well, shit. I did actually. I got off at 3 today. I went in at 7 a.m. this morning, and then got off at 3. Came home, changed clothes, and went and flew the Avata for a little bit. Man, I love flying that thing. It's so much fun. It's a whole like different perspective than like flying a camera drone.
Well, you know, it's probably good therapeutic for you because Joe, I don't know if you know it or not, but TJ works in a in a liquor store. And,
Not anymore. Not anymore. I don't.
What do you do now?
I work at a different Walgreens. I work at a different Walgreens. This one's like much smaller, but we just have the one that I work at. We just sell alcohol,
Cheers, buddy.
like beer. We just have beer and wine there. That's all.
Okay.
But it's a smaller store, and like it's not in the ghetto like where
It's
the
not,
other one
it's
I
not
worked
a
at.
great big store. It's more like a good sized party store, right?
Yeah, kind of. It's in a shopping center. It's in a shopping center complex kind of deal.
TJ used to come out here with all kinds of stories about the liquor counter.
Yeah,
I
like
can imagine.
people like come in and just steal and do all kind of crazy shit. Like what?
No,
Crazy.
Sweet, Corey. Cheers, man. Appreciate that.
Here's Chucky.
so my daughter's dog, he hears anything, he lets me know. And I'll tell him no,
What kind?
and he'll go ruff. That's a Pomeranian. So he'll bark,
Oh,
and then I'll
nice.
tell him shh, and he'll get lower and lower and lower till he's going ruff, like that. And if he doesn't listen to me, I take this right here and say, "Well, get it." It's a taser, and I'll get it and I'll turn it on
Oh,
and
is that
hit
what
the
that-
taser,
like,
and they're good for a while. All I gotta do is hit it one time.
Oh, you gotta hit the button. You don't even have to hit him with it, right?
No, I just hit it and they're good. They leave. They go in the back. They go up behind the thing. They just go somewhere to go to sleep. I don't even have to hit it anymore. I just pick it up.
Well, I think
Don't tase me.
that-
Don't
that's
tase me.
that's what
bro.
your
Don't
wife
tase
that's what your wife does for you, TJ, right?
me.
She's got a taser because every once in a while she goes behind him and
Well, let me tell you about this thing. Let me tell you about this thing.
Yep.
Oh, that's crazy.
And it holds a charge on the taser port for about 10 seconds. I found that out.
Oh, okay.
Oh wow.
I reached over, went to put it
Don't-
away, and tased myself.
Do you have the other one too that that one that shoots the electrodes out?
My son does. He won't let me touch it.
No.
Oh.
He got the police officer when he won't let me fool with it.
Oh.
So let me see that thing. Nope, can't touch it.
Well, you got to pull the barbs out afterwards.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
every day he's got to recharge. He's got to hit the thing to set the charge, and he hits it. And the dogs now they just know he's going to do it. They just look at him.
Well, not to mention those reload cartridges are expensive for those things.
But these
You'd
are
have
my
to- you'd
sons.
have
He said you might need a pair.
There you go.
He'd have to go in there and explain why his dad shot him in the ass with a police issued taser. He goes in there, I need a new cartridge.
He's working tonight. They've got the parish fair. Last year in the parish fair, they had a shooting at the fair. So they've
Yeah.
got everybody working tonight to go over.
Oh, nice, Corey.
Some of them are getting new automobiles on Monday, and his name came up. They're going to give him one. It looks like he's getting a brand new 2023 Charger.
Ooh.
Well, that's bad to put it in his hands.
I highlighted that already.
But he's doing a great job. That's the thing.
You should see some of the freaking cars that the state troopers here in Florida are driving now. You know how many I've seen in Hellcats?
Yeah.
I mean, and they'll come screaming by you. I mean, these things are decked the hell out. I mean, they're loud. Ooh, I mean, they sound like aftermarket ones that people's, drop 10 grand
I
in.
think that's what they're getting. They've already got
Yeah.
two. I haven't seen them yet.
Yeah, the state troopers here, I've been seeing a lot of them on the roads in my area.
But it seems like every time he works, he pulls a felony arrest just by pulling somebody over. He gets probable cause, pulls them over, and winds up finding something. He caught a guy the other day. It had meth hiding in the dash, and he went to jail. I think it's 37 felony arrests now, and he's coming up to 1 year after FTO. So he's
Wow.
like
Hey.
hitting the street. He says, "Go and get bad guys."
You get better at if you're good and you pay attention, you can start learning how people are acting when you come up on them, and you'll just kind
Oh,
of
that's what
know,
he's doing. He's got the officer of the year for 2 years in a row was the person that trained him.
Oh,
So he's got good genes he's fooling with. But the other night I told him, he said he really got scared the other night. He was sitting in the car running a report, and all of a sudden somebody starts beating on the side of his window. And he said he was coming out the car with the gun. And it was a 79-year-old guy looking for somebody to give him a ride about 20 miles away. And I told him, I said, "What'd I tell you about that head being on a swivel?" He said, "Yeah, I was engrossed in what I was doing." I said, "That could have been somebody shooting you."
Mm.
Yeah, I can imagine that's probably pretty stressful worrying about him all the time.
Well, I tell him I love him, be safe, and I just let God take care of it, you know. Who's TJ got in the closet? I heard that scream.
No, I'm look. No, I'm looking over at the TV. Like I got you know, like all the Saw series, like Saw 1, 2, 3, 4.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's what I got. I got
Right.
that on right now.
Yeah, they got them on all the, what is it? Netflix still has them all, right?
I
Is it
think so.
Netflix
Yeah,
or Peacock? One of them has all of them. I saw it the other day.
yeah, one of them.
When I was GM at Pizza Hut, I had a girl that was a cook, and she had Tourette's, and she just all of a sudden screamed. So
Dude,
I'm trying not to laugh. I'm on the phone taking an order, and she screams, and the woman says, "What's happening?" I said, "There's nothing. We're okay." Like that. I said, "What would you like?" And she, as going through the order, she goes, "Well, I heard a girl scream." I said, "She's fine. There's nothing wrong here. You sure? You're not telling me everything. What's wrong with y'all?" Somebody screamed, and then she screamed again.
oh
And I turned around
god.
and looked back, and she says, "Somebody screaming." Hung up the phone, called the police. We
Oh,
had
Jesus.
5 police cars show up, wanting to know what was going on. And I said, "Lord."
Yeah, we had a guy when I first started at Walmart used to unload the trucks in the back, and he would make cat and dog noises, and he had Tourette's, and he would bang on the wall in the trailer, and it was so hard to keep new people from coming back there and just busting out laughing because they wouldn't know what the hell was wrong with him. They thought he was just just being crazy. But he would be inside the truck. All of a sudden, you'd hear him banging on the walls, and he'd be like, "Meow, meow, roo, 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 roo." And then all of a sudden, boxes would start coming down the line again. And then a couple minutes later, he'd do it again, and the boxes would stop, and then they'd come back down the line. And that's all you would hear all night. And it was so hard not to laugh. I mean, you got used to it after a while, but when you first met him, oh my God, it was so hard.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, we had a paramedic when I was working at West Jeff 911. She would, when she started getting stressed, her Tourette's would kick in, and she'd come out with racial terms,
Mm.
Oh my God.
and it
Uh-uh.
did not work out well when you had somebody that was not Caucasian. Let's put it that way. When
Now,
she
what
started
is it?
screaming all this stuff, and it was effing
I've
this,
al-
effing this, effing this.
Well, I've always been curious why certain words do they choose? Because I've seen quite a few that cuss. Why is it always cuss words? Seems like a lot of them.
Maybe
I
it's
just
something that
I've,
triggered when it happened the first time, and it just kind of short circuited, you know?
yeah, I've always wondered that because like I've seen there's a few people online that actually have YouTube channels and
Mm.
TikTok channels that have Tourette's and they
Mm.
do videos about it. And all the ones I've seen online, they all cuss.
Yep.
And it's like I just wonder why they always pick cuss words. Like
Mm.
it's kind of
Well,
like
they grew up with
how they
cuss words being a bad word, so that's how they get attention, I think, isn't it?
well, but like I said, but like the guy we worked with, he made cat and dog noises. So that's what I'm saying. I'm wondering what causes them to pick certain words
Well,
or noises that they make.
TJ, you don't have Tourette's, do you? Because I've heard him do that too.
Justin with the cat noise and the little voice, that's called a tick. But the ones that have, that shout out or whatever, that's
I don't.
off their eye, and that's what they do. And they'll do it until they hear another
Yep.
word or expression. They'll do it. There's ticks, and then there's way different, like motherfucker, out of the blue. But
Well, yeah, this dude was like I said, it was so hard to keep new people from laughing. I'm like, and I would warn them before they go back there. I'd be like, do not start laughing. This guy's got a problem. We'd always say it was Tourette's because we just assumed that's what it was. And we would always tell him that. And he would be like I said, he'd be in the trailer. Boxes would stop on the line. All of a sudden, you'd hear him make dog and cat noises. He'd bang on the walls, and then he'd boom, back to normal, like nothing happened. And he would do that all freaking night.
yeah, it's certain things that they hear that just stays in their head.
Trigger.
It's a psychological and a mental.
It's a trigger. Yep.
Yeah.
Well, gang, I think I'm gonna say goodnight.
Yeah,
Alright.
me too.
I got,
My eyes are getting heavy.
my eyelids are starting to come closed.
Yeah, exactly.
We'll see you guys
We'll see
all later tomorrow.
y'all.
See you later,
Bye.
Bye
TJ.
for
Later,
now.
Paul.
Later.
See ya. I'm eating my chicken.
Barbecue
So-
chicken.
Joe, did you say that your son is in North Carolina?
Cherry Point.
Cherry Point? Because my cousin in South Carolina just became a state trooper 2 years ago. So I was wondering, yeah. So,
Yeah, he's at Cherry Point, North Carolina. That's the Marine, 2nd Marine Air Wing. Yeah, 2nd Marine Air Wing. He's an aircraft maintenance officer there.
okay. Yeah, because my cousin graduated 2 years ago and became a state trooper in South Carolina.
Tim, so at the beginning of the show, I felt your pain doing the comments, so I've decided to up your pay by a nickel.
Okay, thank
Yeah.
you. I'll get one drumstick next week.
Well, it's a one-figure job. It's amazing, you know.
Mhm. Mhm. Oh, God.
Well, my game from
Anyway.
yesterday is done. All edited, all posted. Don't have to worry about it.
Good to
So you
hear.
just post it to like a website, or you just give them like a copy of it, or
No, I've got a website that I run. It's off of instaproofs.com, and it's got my website attached to it. And what I do is each person that pays me contract wise, they get their own webpage. Their pictures, as I'm editing, I just put it in their folders. Then I post it on their webpage. They could download them from there. Then on the main page, I'll put the game, the whole game for everybody. And then I got pricing there if they want to purchase from there. And the only thing that's happened this year that's kind of surprising, we're halfway into the season, and I might have made $200 extra on orders. Usually by now I'm in a couple of thousand. So I know they're waiting because the pictures are better this year. Some of them I'm doing a little bit closer shooting. So it's going to be all of a sudden I'm going to start getting crazy orders. That's happened a couple of years ago.
well, I'm kind of wondering too. You think it could be that people aren't spending as much money the last year or two? Because it seems like people are kind of not spending. Like I've just noticed this. Like one example is fireworks. The last 2 years, it seems like hardly anybody's doing fireworks.
I'm sorry,
4th of
Tim,
July
but
or-
I just can't fucking help it, dude.
oh,
I love that power. Great kid.
is that
There's
melted
so
cheese?
much cheese for these pretzels, dude.
Okay, I'm going to go and get my.
Motherfucker. He's fucking doing it on purpose, the prick.
No,
Oh, they
I
got
haven't
little
seen that
pretzel
though,
bites.
Justin.
Oh,
Yeah.
come on.
God
Motherfucker.
damn
No,
it,
I
Tim.
haven't seen that with. I have more contracts this year than I had last year,
Okay.
but I'm not
It
getting
just-
the extra sales yet.
It seems like people just, I
All
don't
that
know,
cheese
from
you
my
dropped,
side,
dude.
it seems like nobody's spending as
All
much
the
on like
cheese.
extra stuff the last couple of years because of
The
everything
two
going up
soft
so much.
pretzels with lots of salt. Oh, how can you go wrong, bro?
Soft
I mean,
pretzels and cheese. Fuck
Just
off.
dripping
Oh.
off that fucker.
Oh. Motherfucker. He fucking left anyway.
Over the next
Prick.
like the next 3 weeks, I'm invited to some of the team meals, like the defense and offensive teams. And there's one team, a defensive meal, that I don't think I'm gonna go to the house because I don't want to know where that woman lives. She like, God darn it.
What, are you afraid you're gonna get in trouble?
Well, I think she's happily married, but the way she comes talk to me before the game, it's like, I don't want to really know where they live.
Fucking
And
Mike, he's hilarious.
she got red hair, and she wears a little bitty short skirts, little tennis skirts,
What's up,
and like, man, jeez.
Tim?
So, man,
How you feeling, Joe?
she's hot. Hey, Joe.
Feeling better.
Sick.
Feeling better.
Good.
I ate a little while ago. Started to feel it a little bit, but it's gone away. So it's like, so it has to be the energy. I think it's more reflux, and that pill is kind of helping it a little.
Have you tried lansoprazole or omeprazole?
No, don't have a clue. They gave me this one. It's called Protonix. That's for reflux basically, and it works like Prilosec and all of that, where it builds up into your system. So after a while,
Yeah.
it takes over.
Some of those take like 2 weeks in order for you to get any effect at all.
Yeah, they said it's going to be at least 3 or 4 days before I know the difference.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, heartburn medication like Prilosec.
Yeah.
You'll wait a bit. It will start making you feel better after about 8 hours, but it'll take a little while to get into your system.
It wears off, then it builds up, then it wears off. Because like I
Right.
said,
Well-
I started to feel that little indigestion, and then it stopped. It's like completely stopped.
See,
So-
like if I buy a box of Prilosec, it'll last me a month and a half because I can take one in 3-4 days will go by, and then or a week might go by before I start having heartburn again. I'll take another one. I don't really have to take them every day like they say. Because they say you're supposed to take them 14 days in a row, and you're supposed to be good for a whole month.
Yeah.
Yeah, that shit don't work.
It doesn't always work like that. No, it doesn't.
No, it's actually
We're all
better. Say
different.
if you have to take them consistently, it's actually better to stretch them out. Take one about every 3 days, and a box will last you about a month, and you won't have any heartburn. Because one pill will last 3 or 4 days in your system before
I
it
know-
starts wearing off.
I know one of the cheaper places to get it, Sam's Club.
But see, that's why I've
Costco?
cut back on eating hot sauce and stuff like that. I haven't been eating as much hot sauce and
Why
stuff
not?
like that because I get bad heartburn.
Oh, really?
No, I had a hiatus hernia operation. Haven't had heartburn since.
Maybe
I
the
gotta
like,
hernia.
I gotta have some kind of hot. Well, I'll go back down to mild if I have really chest problems or whatever.
But like pizza, spaghetti, lasagna give me bad heartburn because of the tomato sauce.
Yeah, it used
Oh,
to. And
yeah.
as I said, after I had that operation, haven't had it since.
Maybe Dominic's cause was the hernia.
Mm.
Dude,
Yeah,
I know
well,
people that
the
have never
whole
even had
cause.
heartburn.
I used to have it. I used before that. I had heartburn once or twice a day. Now, I can't remember the last time. That's 7 years ago.
So you were
Yeah,
taking
heartburn
Tums or
sucks.
something, right?
Yeah.
Oh, dude,
Yeah.
if you have chronic heartburn, dude, Tums are the worst thing because they'll last like
Uh-oh.
you'll go through a fucking bottle of Tums in 2 days at that
Yeah.
rate.
What about
Tums are only
Pepto-Bismol?
Tums are like they're good for if you need something instantly. Like if you're taking your heartburn medication, you're waiting for it to kick in, it'll get you through. But if you're having chronic heartburn like that, you might as well just go get medication from the doctor or get
What
by
about-
Prilosec or something like that.
What about
Mike, what do you?
Pepto-Bismol is the
That's
same as
for,
Tums. It's,
Pepto is usually if you're sick.
no, it's for heartburn too.
I'm not
it's
feeling
for
great.
heartburn. It's for heartburn.
It's for heartburn, upset stomachs, diarrhea. It covers a
Yeah,
whole
yeah.
range of stuff.
Yeah, it's a bit
If
different.
you're too sick, it does not work. If you're too sick, it does not work.
Pepto-Bismol is good. I always like the taste of Pepto-Bismol.
There was this one asthma medication that sort of tasted like Pepto-Bismol, but I forget what it was called. I took it That was one of the bottles I had to
I-
take every night. I forget what the fuck it was. It was for asthma.
I do know there is one
Amoxicillin.
for
Amoxicillin.
asthma that tastes like crap.
Amoxicillin. Oh, I took fucking heaps of bottles.
Nexium is good too.
Amoxicillin don't taste that bad.
Remember the name of it.
Well, I'm saying I had to take like 6 to 8 bottles every fucking night. A tablespoon or whatever every night. for my asthma.
What's up, JDS?
You don't take
See-
antibiotics for asthma, do you?
There was one
No.
antibiotic. Yeah, there was. Yes, there was. I
Amoxicillin's
had the worst.
usually for infections.
No, I had the worst asthma. No, amoxicillin I didn't take every night, but this fucking they made it great, but it didn't taste like great. Fuck.
Yes.
Oh, that's like, dude, that's
I
like
agree with
NyQuil, right? They have all these
It's a-
different flavors of NyQuil. They all taste like shit.
Right.
Can't do it.
My parents
NyQuil,
used
I
to
have to
laugh
take
at me
it.
because of my parents used to laugh at me because of the faces I used to take when they gave me medication. I'm like, you mother. Ugh. And then
Yeah,
The faces I
once a night I had to, it was a long tube and it had a ping pong ball and I had to blow into it and then they would take a recording
Oh.
every night how far it got up,
Oh.
like the ball got up the tube.
breath
And
test. That was the
no,
breath
it
test.
wasn't a breath test, it was for asthma. It was for asthma.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
I
do
had
a
to do
breath
the same
test for
thing in the
asthma.
hospital. No, I had to do the same thing in the hospital when I had pneumonia. They made me do the little ball thing. I had to
Mhm.
do that.
That's terrible.
Yeah.
It's nice to be loved. I posted those pictures, and the coach's wife just asked me how I was feeling today.
Oh, good.
You're weird.
Um,
JDS, you're weird. Is it oink, oink, oink? Other than every time I went to the doctor, they put me on this thing that covered my face like this, and I had to breathe in regularly. And it was like a fog or a mist or whatever. And then next
Yeah.
to my bed, I had a what's the name? She used to put drops in it. My mom used to put drops in it every night. Humidifier.
Humidifier?
Human.
That was called it. Back then, they called me the kid in the bubble. I wasn't allowed
humidifier like that?
outside. I
Do you have
wasn't
like
allowed
that?
outside at all. No, it was an older one.
Here you go, Joe. Chris was asking, how you feeling today?
Feeling good. Feeling a lot better than I did yesterday.
Nebula. That's Nebula. That's what it was.
Nebulizer.
Nebulizer.
That's what it was. But,
Yeah, I
it
That's
had
what I
to
was going
do
to say at
break.
first.
but it was different back in the 70s. It wasn't called a nebula. Now it's called a nebula, but what was it called back then?
Oh, you're looking for the old form, what it used to be called.
No,
The
it was
old
a
name.
big machine. It was a big fucking machine. That's back in the
There
days
are
that
some-
they thought. That's back in the days they thought cancer was airborne. So asthma was a big deal. If I got an asthma attack, I would pass out, and I would end up waking up in the hospital every.
Joe may know, maybe.
Mm.
The old
I was
name
thinking
for
nebulizer.
nebulizer.
Good
What
guy.
didn't it used to be called something else before they changed it to nebulizer?
It was a vaporizer. Humidifier.
Vaporizer. Mm. Yep.
Hold on. I'm confused by David's statement. Oink is an ointment for hemorrhoids. JDS works on allergies too. So are you taking the tube and using it there and up your nose? I don't.
Whoa,
I don't
goddamn.
know. That's what I'm confused about. Do you squirt it up your nose?
You might be too young, Justin, but back in when I was younger, they had things that were called suppositories.
They still-
They still
Joe
have those.
is,
Oh,
there
fucking-
still is suppositories.
My mom used to come into the bedroom. I just closed my fucking eyes. I was like, "No, you ain't. No, you ain't. No, you gotta get it done. No,
Right up your nose.
yeah, right up the date."
Yeah. I've watched Jackass when he took the beer up the ass.
Took the beer, yeah. I remember that. That was a good one.
Have you seen it,
that's
Dominic?
how Some people were doing drugs like that for a long time.
Well, I went to
that's,
him.
that's the best. It's the easiest way to get into the blood system.
Do you
Right.
know?
Well, without
do you
snorting
know?
it, yeah.
Do you know Jimi Hendrix? He used to have a bandana. You know why he wore that? Because he used to cut his forehead and put a drip of acid in it and cut it up. That's why he had that bandana on his forehead.
Keep himself high.
Well, the 3 fastest ways is inject, snort it, put it up
Or
your
in a
ass.
cut.
One of the 3.
Or in a cut or whatever. Yeah.
Well, that's how it would get into your bloodstream. But that's what I'm saying. That's the 3 fastest way drug addicts.
I was at a
Do it.
party one night. I was at a party one night. And this guy, and he goes, "Oh, watch this." And he took a needle and put it right in the cornea. I think it's like right here in the eye. And he died like that with the needle still left in his eye. I was like, okay. Last
See
fucking
what
party.
Mudball wrote?
You know the difference between a werewolf and another.
I
No.
bet he
Oh,
Yeah,
fucking
Don,
sick.
agree with that.
Don, what are you doing?
Could be the color too.
Jeez.
Fucking right on. Oh my god. What the fuck? Dad died because he couldn't remember his blood type, but we'll never forget his last words. Be
Oh,
positive.
the Chuck Norris one isn't. The Chuck Norris one
come
isn't
on.
working.
Technically, any drug takes in the ass. Oh my god, you're sick.
I'll have
You're
to fix the
sick.
Chuck Norris one.
No, it's done.
You can custom. Yeah, it won't do it.
Mike.
How many did he lick
But-
to find out? Yeah, right?
We
But
went
on
in the
a
gutter.
different note, now there is a nasal mist to treat dry eye disease. You squirt it
Well,
up your
they're all
nose
linked
to treat
together.
dry eyes.
They're all linked together. Or nose, throat.
It's
Yeah, and
it's
yeah.
brand it's brand
Yeah.
new, just on the market.
Yeah. I gotta take my dish out. Be right back.
I tell you, not shooting football on Friday night, I still don't know what to do with myself.
So no, you can
Rec-
put in the chat. You can put "I dad" in the chat, and it will give you a dad joke. You put explanation dad, exclamation mark dad in the chat, and it will give you a dad joke.
Wow.
I had one to do Chuck Norris jokes, but it's not working. I'm gonna have to go in there and fix it.
Was one of them about pushing the world down?
See, where do you see? Look what Mudball put it in there. Where do fish keep their money? In the riverbank.
Mm.
You can do it every 5 seconds. There's a 5-second delay. Oh, here I
What's
can
up,
answer that.
Dan? Hey, Dan.
Dan,
Yeah.
What are you up to, Dan? Mike.
I'm gonna add some more commands. But yeah, you can do one every 5 seconds. You can do that.
These nuts.
Do you know that person, Dominic? Luca?
yeah, on my channel.
Luca used to
Well, I
be
know
a
that.
singer.
Do you know?
Luca? There's a song out. That Luca.
Saying
Luca.
hello from. He's saying hello from Toscana.
So you know
I hope
Italian.
he washed his hands.
Yeah.
Yep.
I was gonna guess
Yeah.
Italian or Spanish.
No, Italian. My parents came from Reggio Calabria.
Ooh, so you're second generation, huh?
You watched
Yeah, I was
him.
born here of parents born in Italy. So yeah,
Oh, so first generation.
first generation. Yes,
Hmm.
they were born in Dalianova in Calabria.
Oh, that's cool. So most of your family is from Italy, pretty much.
Oh, he's over there trolling Dr. Quad's live stream.
Good.
Is he?
I can't believe he hasn't blocked you or you using other accounts.
Yeah,
Mm.
I think he's got the burner accounts out again.
Probably.
I was asking him questions in there and he blocked my shit.
Really?
Yeah, he's a dumbass.
He's acting like he's a bigger channel than he is.
Don, what are you doing?
Oh, that's gross, Donna.
It's about
Tim shouldn't think it best it's illegal for a grown man to hold a little boy's penis like that. Is Don gay?
Yeah.
Not there's anything wrong with it.
Nothing's wrong with it, but I'm just saying, is he gay? Thanks for clarifying that, Don. Thank you. Good
Now,
save.
Mike, he
Good save.
Mike, Dr. Quads did say if he wanted to, he could be bigger than Delbo and everybody else.
Oh, come
Just
on.
saying. But he chooses not to. That was his statement when I was in his live
Really,
stream that one
Dan?
time.
Really, Dan?
He's fucking unreal. I went to his live stream a couple times. I didn't even write in the chat. He's stupid. He's fucking, I don't know.
I don't know how he live streams, bro. He lives in China. Explain that one to me, because they're not even supposed to be on YouTube.
VPN?
I mean, I'm assuming there's a way. Obviously, there's a way to do it, but I don't know if he could get in trouble if he's got caught being on YouTube from China. You have to have permission from the government there.
Somebody write
Even
that
though
in the
he's-
chat.
Even though he's
Dan, I don't
American,
think
that
so.
don't give you special rights while you're living there.
Somebody ask him in his chat. How can you stream in China when it's not allowed? There you go, Dan.
Tim, there's something you thought of. VPN.
Well, yeah, I mean, there's ways to get around it, obviously, because people do live stream out of China. But as far as I know, because of their extreme lockdowns on their internet over there,
Right.
I don't think
Right.
they're supposed to. Unless you have to get, I'm sure you have to get some kind of permission. And if you notice, he'll never say anything bad about China. He's always praising China in his live streams.
Yeah. Is he live
Like,
now?
I don't have to do that. Yeah, he was trying to
he-
compare China to the U.S. one night in his live stream. Talking about, I'd never live back in the U.S. Like, bro, you'd rather live in China for real? At least I can be like, fuck the government all day long, and I don't have to worry about him doing anything about it.
Is he live right now?
That's what Dan said. You try to do that shit over in China, bro, and you'll end up in some freaking camp somewhere doing hard labor for 20 years.
Mm.
If you're lucky.
Yeah, that's if you're lucky.
So obviously he blocked Dan, right?
Oh, yeah. He blocked a lot of us that went over there.
Pettiness.
Well, because he was saying that you know, people, unless they're on like Dobo's level, that he pretty much has no time for anybody that's, and he's only got like what, I think 1,000 subs or something, a little
Not
over
even that.
1,000,
He
something
only
like
has
that,
like
maybe 2,000.
I don't
I don't even know.
400.
I checked.
It wasn't enough to have that attitude. I'll tell you that right now.
No, he only
Yeah.
has like 390 some subs. That's it.
If he had like 390,000, then maybe.
But when
he had
you're
that
saying
attitude,
that you
but-
won't work with any or talk to any creators that don't have like 80,000 subs or more, and you only got 300 subs, yeah, there's something weird about that. What's up,
I don't
Donald?
know, dude. Seriously.
Hi guys.
Oh, I'm
Done.
sorry. He has 3K. He has 3K subs.
Hey, Tim.
I know, Andrew. I saw
Okay.
him.
All right.
I got eyes. Mm-mm.
I have a little cataracts in him, but he's got
So-
eyes.
Fuck up.
So, how's the buggy?
It's running. It's bogging down a little bit in fourth, but it's getting me
Mm.
to and fro.
Progress?
Nice.
Uh-huh.
Is that usually something with the transmission or what?
It could be just
The what?
tweaking it a little bit. It could be my valves might need lapped, but I'm not taking the heads off again to do that.
What was wrong with it,
I'll let
Don?
Bob.
What's wrong with it,
It
Don?
just bogs down just a little bit in fourth gear.
It's carbureted, right?
Mhm.
Does your carburetor
It
have
could-
a float pin?
That has been checked.
Okay.
Yeah, I've been through the carburetor. It might be, I'm using the old fuel pump. It might be that when I'm pulling that much fuel, the pump isn't keeping up with the carburetor. So
Yeah.
that
I'm
might.
That's another thing. Did you check the air mixture? The air valves? There should be like 2 or 3, shouldn't there? Yeah, you checked that. Yeah.
Yep.
because you wouldn't be getting as much power if it was the fuel pump.
I mean, it's not really bogging down like really bad. It's just it's flattening it real
Like
hard.
bad gas bogged down. Sort of like that. Could be
I don't
bad
know.
gas.
I don't know nothing
Hmm.
enough about motors to even have the
But
skin in the game in this conversation.
this also is like a. But compression's good. So
Now, is it a quad? Is it a quad jet card?
it is a Weber IDF 40. So it's a dual barrel, but
Oh,
it's
okay.
center mount.
Dan, why don't you just come up on the panel?
Yeah, come on.
Dan, get
There's a
yourself
link in
up
the
here.
chat.
You can find the
You got
link.
time to type. You got time to be on the
It's
panel.
somewhere.
it's not real.
But you rebuilt the carb, Don, didn't you?
Yeah, it's all new. No intake popping, so it's not lean.
It's not lean. Hmm.
Hmm.
Well, you're going through the process of elimination, so that's it. That's why I
Mhm.
said float pin, because
Uh,
usually that causes bog down really bad, actually.
Yeah, but it's not a bad bog down. It's if I'm on an extended climb, fourth gear will not. I gotta downshift and
Now, let me ask
It-
you something, and I could be completely off on this whole guess. here.
overwind it.
But you did say there was a hole in the gas tank, right? Do you think it's sucking air in, and that could be causing it?
Oh no, it's not sucking
Okay.
air into the gas tank all the way back that way. I mean, there's always air in the gas tank.
Well, here you go. That's another
Right,
question.
but I know newer cars can actually have issues by not having the gas cap on all the way.
Yeah, this is
I
a
was asking.
1972 engine.
Well, I don't know. I was just guessing.
Yeah.
Like I said.
Oh,
I
wait
could
a
be
minute.
wrong. I
So
don't
you
know.
had the same engine as I had that was on the Moke that I had. I had a California
Muffler
Moke,
Berry.
like 1972.
Yeah,
Same engine.
when I bought it, it had a 69. Now it's got a 72.
Okay.
So
That's
it's
another
51.
question.
Yes, Dan.
That's
I would
another-
love for somebody to come and show me how to do everything I'm learning by process of elimination.
Yeah.
I'm not a
That's
mechanic.
another question, right? That's another question right there. Is the muffler bearing?
Chris and Mike aren't helping at all.
Mm.
It might be the muffler bearings.
Mm-hmm. He's going to jump
Chris
in for a
said-
minute. He's going to jump in.
Chris said, "Is it the muffler bearings?" And
Uh,
Mike says he's using the wrong halogen fluid.
Yeah, most definitely.
You got to put.
Unless
the head-
I'm sorry. This does not use halogen fluid. This is incandescent all the way.
Now, did you put the blinker fluid in right?
Tim.
Oh, so get
Actually,
this.
the blink-
No, get this. So AutoZone actually started selling joke blinker fluid because it became such a big joke.
It's not a joke
For-
because
for a while
the new BMWs actually have.
They figured out a way to make money. Dads were dads were pulling up to sending their daughters in to look for blinker fluid, and they're like, you know what? This is an easy way to make money. The girls come walking out with a little bottle of blinker fluid that they bought for $10,
But-
and the dad's like, "What the hell?"
Because
even, you know, if it's-
BMWs, the new BMW. Hold on, Andrew. The new BMWs have wipers in the headlights.
Yeah, but
Very
the fluid's
true.
not in the
Check it out.
headlights.
Yeah,
It's just
I
a
know.
hose
That's
that
funny
runs
to think
to
about
it. Oh
But
my
that's
God.
yeah, I know. But that's why I think they just
Right.
created it because people were fucking.
But think about it, dude. That was a smart move for the parts stores to do that because that's a good gag gift to give to a mechanic friend or something, you know.
yeah.
Yeah, but how many dads
Amazon.
would give their daughters a $20 bill and say, "Go inside and get some blinker"? And
And they
the
actually
parts stores
sell
were
it.
watching the girls.
Okay.
They'd say, "We don't have blinker fluid," and watch the girls walk out with that 20. They're like, "You know what? We could get $10 off of her."
I've seen several of those on YouTube.
Oh my
I
god!
have,
Have you
I've
changed
too.
the drop watch? Drop watch?
I can see the dads do that.
Hey Lloyd.
What's
I
up,
can see it.
Lloyd?
And you know what I thought they should have done? They should have done like blinker fluid, but made it like an energy drink or something.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, did
make
Dan come in and then we didn't see it? See him?
So,
No,
You got to scroll
No, he
down.
hasn't been in yet.
no, because it would have made that noise if he came in the green room.
I just heard that. Noise.
you're
That's what.
Joe, you're not a mechanic, are you?
I didn't hear it.
A little bit.
Only a little? Okay. Just curious.
There you go. Right
For
there.
some reason, thought you were.
Well, I know more than I should. Let's put it that way. What I'm thinking, what he's saying, it's not the compression, and I couldn't tell you. I was
Oh,
thinking
yeah.
also, what's the switch? There's a airflow switch that works from the gas tank to the engine that regulates the fumes. Could be that.
Yeah, but
Nope,
that's a
not in this
newer.
engine.
That's a newer engine, Joe.
This is a 72 Volkswagen
Oh, never mind.
Type 1.
You know what it is? It's a Volkswagen.
It's a glorified lawnmower.
That didn't happen until like the 80s, Joe. That didn't happen
Is this
until
the
like,
It's a
other mechanic?
glorified lawnmower.
Yeah, it
Oh,
is.
Dan.
It's a glorified lawnmower.
Is this the pilot who flew a drone during the hurricane?
So stupid.
Dan? What's up?
Let me
We're-
earpiece.
Can't hear him.
Yeah, he's trying to connect his headset and it's not working.
Fuck.
I can hear you, sort of.
Welcome back, Lloyd.
Trying to get audio and try to speak on the panel. Sorry.
Anybody know sign language?
Idiot.
Sorry.
Tim knows sign
Nah.
language, but just the one sign.
Right.
He's just staring so he's like staring into my soul right now.
Finally. All right, cool. Dude,
Yeah,
well, I
you-
fucking every time I come, Justin, every time I come on here with my earpiece, bro, it always like makes me go through 10 different steps to set up my earpiece. It's annoying.
Yes, it does.
Fucking
Every
dumb.
time you
It's
do.
dumb. Stupid.
Well, Dan,
All right.
last time I saw you, you were still recovering.
Oh well. Hey. How do I look, big boy?
Hey.
Barely
Last
better
time
than
I
Tim,
saw
and that's not saying much.
last time I saw Darren, he was going to the gym.
I am all the time, baby. Look at fuck you, cabinet. Stay out of my way. Don, that's your fault. It's your fault that the cabinet hit me. All
Probably.
your fault. Yes.
Always.
Sorry, man. I know I've been busy. I haven't jumped on Justin's stream in a while. Matt's, anybody's. I've just been fucking doing all the Fly Tribe stuff because I've been working with them a lot. So I'm just trying to got a lot going on.
Yep, there's the blinker fluid.
Good for
Dan, have you
6,000
seen
blinks.
this?
And he said that's for the new Dodge Vipers.
Yeah. Our local AutoZone has blinker fluid up there now.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. So, all right, Don, let me ask you a question. Because I love carburetors. I love the inconsistency of carburetors. That's what I feel like. That's what makes it fun. Is the whole adventure of chasing down carb problems, right? Like that's what makes it a good time for me. I don't know. What color are your spark plugs? Have you popped new spark plugs in it yet and monitored the color as you've been driving it?
There is a bit of carbon on them, but not much.
Okay, so what color? If you had to say, like, what colors are the tips on the spark plugs? Just
Oh, they don't look burnt. If that's what you're asking. They're
I'm
pretty
well, I'm
random.
not, okay. I'm not asking if they're burnt, but
Oh, you're asking what types of? You're asking what
Well-
type? Like if I have copper or?
No. Okay. A properly running spark plug, right, on a 4-stroke engine should be coffee brown colored when it comes out. Okay, that is a 100% normally functioning carburetor is coffee brown. You should be able to wipe it and not get carbon off of it, but it should have a nice coffee brown tinge to the top of it. That is a properly operating running carb. If it's any color outside of that, like obviously if it's too clean, well then you're probably running too lean, right? If it looks like it's changing rainbow colors, then you're running hot, right? Like there's basically a spark plug will tell you everything you need to know about how your carbs are currently performing, right? They are the diagnostic tool for carbs is the spark plug color. So it's always beneficial to buy a set of spark plugs and just continue to change them out, right? And that way you can monitor the color changes of the spark plugs because that'll tell you whether you're getting too much air, too much gas, what's going on like that. It is the 100% way to read if a carb is functioning properly.
That's
Right.
what I did with my Camaro when I put the new 850 on.
Correct. So anytime I tune a bike or I'm doing anything with synchronizing carbs or any of the above, I always change the spark plugs and buy at least 2 sets of the plugs. That way I can wire brush them off, start over, wire brush them off, start over. Right? So if you pull yours, Don, you should see coffee brown. That doesn't matter the elevation you're at, nothing. It should be a coffee brown color. You should be able to wipe it and basically almost nothing should come off of the plug, but it should have a nice coffee brown color. If it looks like that, you're good. There's a spark plug color sheet on Google that you can download for 4-stroke engines, and it'll show you all the way from oil soaked and fouled out all the way through the rich, lean, properly running, okay, good, best. You know what I'm saying? That is a great guide to let you know exactly which direction to head with your carbs. All right. I don't know how many carbs your
I'll
thing
put the
has.
spark plugs on
2.
tomorrow. One in the center mount, and that's it.
Okay.
That's one of the problems is it's got that center mount carb,
Right.
and
It's a quad jet.
it's I don't know. It's I think it would probably be better if I switched out for dual carbs.
It's a center.
even
It's
if
a
they were-
center mounting. It's a center mounting carburetor, right?
So it's
right-
basically one
Yeah.
carb doing two cylinders. How many cylinders?
It's a quad
It's
jet.
4-cylinder.
4-cylinder. Okay, so it's one
okay,
carb.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Whew. I've seen bikes like that set up, like 2 and 4-cylinder bikes set up with one carb.
Yeah.
And it's interesting how they run.
Sounds like it.
Just remember,
Yeah.
this engine is 50 years old.
That's fine.
He has the same motor that I had.
It's still gonna be bang. It's still gonna be sucking the same air and making explosions.
So I'm assuming that it's a tappet valve engine, right? You just got basic tappets on it.
Mm-hmm.
Is that correct? Yeah. Okay. So
Yeah.
if they're tappets,
I just checked.
Did you check them? Feeler gauge out?
I just checked them just tonight, and I had one that was a little loose, and one that was just slightly tight. But I went ahead and adjusted those back down.
What is your
timing-
what is your intake set at?
They're all set to 006.
Okay. And then your exhaust?
They're all set to 006.
Mike,
Really?
Specs. Yep.
Right on, Mike.
Interesting. I've never seen one. Normally it's an offset. It's like a 0.004 for like intake, 0.005 for exhaust.
VW was a little bit thinner in the mid 60s, and then 70s they were advising just go.
Really? Huh.
Yeah. So it's set according to the book.
Did you replace the timing chain on that thing yet in the guides?
Well, guys, it's a.
It is a gear timing.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know much about
it's-
bug engines.
Yeah, it's a gear timing off the cam.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. Yeah. Well, that simplifies things. Pretty hard to get out of timing whack like that.
Yeah.
Well, I would say overall start with your spark plugs because, like I said, they're not going to lie to you. The spark plug's going to tell you everything you need to know about what the carbs are doing or what the carb
Well, like I
itself
said,
is doing in general.
I took it for probably a 15-mile trip the other day and back, and it's getting me down the road, everything like that. It's just on extended hills. I'll be cruising along 55. Let's just start. No, maybe let's go ahead and hit third.
Okay, so you are dropping back.
Yeah, I'm just
Okay.
And it's not super steep. I'm in Missouri. It's not super steep hill.
Do you notice massive power loss in the rest of the gear, or it's only just the one?
In fact, third gear is my sweet gear.
That's your pull gear, huh?
Yeah. It first is just to get me moving. Second, it's okay, but third gets me. That's where most of my throw on my acceleration is.
So it's what is it? Like a 4 to the floor rock crusher style? Is that what it is?
What
the gears? How many gears?
It's stock.
Right, but I'm
It's
saying
four.
how many gears?
Yeah.
1 through
Oh, it's
5.
It's 4 gears.
4 speed. Okay,
It's-
so yeah,
it's-
it's 4 to the
It's
floor.
4 speed with reverse. Yeah, 4 speed. Yeah.
Right. Okay. All right. Yeah. So that doesn't. I'm gonna be honest with you, man. It doesn't sound too out of place. How many
No.
liters is the engine?
This is an 1835. So looky there.
So, yeah, that's exactly what I was talking about. The spark plug color chart. Yes, 100%.
That's what we went off on mechanics class.
Okay, so you can see it right there. Yeah, it shows the coffee brown color
And,
as being.
and that's the thing. I need to find somebody who is a Volkswagen person to take it and tell me, maybe falling back on climbs is standard for this.
So I was gonna say my truck, it's a 4-cylinder, right? It is 5-speed, but it's a 4-cylinder. It's 2.2 liter, right? And I'm gonna be honest with you, man. Basic hills, dude, 4th, 5th gear, it's a struggle to get to the top, man. I gotta drop it back. I gotta pop it down to 3rd, especially if I have like a 400-pound motorcycle in the back and just me. That's it. It struggles, man. It has a hard time getting up, and that's
and maybe I'm just paranoid about putting up to 4,000 RPM with this 50-year-old engine.
I would.
I'm over 50, and I know.
Well, but you're also not made of the
50,
same tolerances.
I know how shitty I'm put together.
Well, yes.
Well, I
started
out in better condition. I know how far I've fallen.
The only thing I'd be worried. Here's the thing, and this is my outlook on old engines. I don't have an issue with them. The one thing you really got to stress, because the tolerances of the steel and stuff are going to always be there. They'll stretch over time from heat cycles and stuff, but they should stay intact as long as they don't rust out or anything. The concern that I have with older engines isn't so much the steel and the components that are operating, even the bearings, all that stuff should be fine. My concern is normally going to come back to gaskets and seals as being the issue, because once you get into that age, it's if you don't completely rebuild from ground up, man, you're asking for it.
Yeah, there's only a few, and I've already taken to the engine. I bought the engine over in Kansas when the other one died, and the thing I've got concerned about on old engines, especially these old engines, is the case. They get just wear, and it's aluminum and magnesium. And,
Okay.
Yeah.
But
He said, yeah.
Interesting combo.
You said you rebuilt the carb, right?
I bought a new carb.
You bought a brand new carb.
Oh, wait,
I
is
reckon
it third party or official?
It's a Weber.
Okay. All right.
I bought a replacement, exactly the one that came out of it.
Gotcha. All right. Well, that makes sense.
It's just the mixture.
Maybe. I don't know.
But
Well, and
then again,
it
a
could-
Weber didn't originally come on this. That engine was built with the Weber,
you're talking
so
about
somebody else
the-
rebuilt it.
you're talking about the longest gear that it has, though. Technically, fourth
Mhm.
gear is the highway pull. That's the highway gear, right?
Uh-huh.
You're
Fourth
gonna
gear-
you're gonna definitely lose power to that, but you're also gonna use way more fuel consumption on that higher end gear or on that.
That's why I'm concerned. I'm like, maybe because I'm running the original fuel pump as well.
Right.
It's a original mechanical fuel pump, and
Okay.
I'm thinking if I'm pulling and it's just wanting to suck some gas and it's not available,
Yes.
that could
That-
slow me down too.
That
I
would
have an
make.
electric fuel pump,
Yeah.
and I need
Yeah.
to get a regulator, and I'm going to do that once I start rewiring this thing and just putting all electric in there because I don't trust the mechanical fuel pump.
So the interesting thing about non-fuel injection is that in a carburetor, it's a lot harder to tell when certain cylinders just aren't firing because you won't feel the hiccup in the engine. It'll just like not fire the cylinder. It won't. It's not like a fuel injected where a coil misfires or a fuel injector you feel the wobble in the engine, right? On carburetors, it's definitely not the same way. You may feel a slight stumble, which is what I'm wondering if that's what you're running into, is like it's pulling the main jet is pulling the fuel out so fast that the float heights aren't
The bowl
set
is
correctly.
That's
What's that?
why I asked him.
Yeah, and that's what I think is like it's emptying the bowl faster than it can fill it up, and that might be just float height. That might be float height, or it could be the fuel pump itself.
That's why I asked him about if you checked the plate pin,
what
and
ab-
he checked the.
What about fuel
I set,
filter?
when I put it in, I set the flow height to the what?
Spec.
Fuel
To
filter.
the spec, right? Oh,
Fuel filter is clean.
Okay.
Yeah, so you set the float height to spec, right? Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, then I mean, at this
Both top and
point,
bottom.
at
So-
this point, you've done the valves, you've changed the spark plugs, you've rebuilt the carb, you got a new carb, you didn't rebuild it, you got a new one, you factory set it to all factory stats, and you're still finding fourth gear is running out of power on hills. It's either that way, just in general, or I would assess this as probably a fuel related issue. I think you're right, Don. I think
and
the
I'm
route you're
thinking-
chasing is, yeah.
Yep, and
Dan,
it's
do
like
you-
I said, I'm not a mechanic. I just
Right.
own a Volkswagen, and I've been stumbling through this on
Do
my
you
own.
think it's a transmission issue, Dan?
I highly doubt it. I don't. You would know, man, because you would feel stuff in the trans, especially through the shifter. If they're like anybody that drives stick shift, if you grab a shifter, you can physically feel everything going on in the transmission in the shifter stick.
It would.
If it doesn't feel different than the other gears,
yeah.
most likely you're having a problem.
Transmission feels smooth. It's just that it's not pulling.
Right. That's like I said, my 2.2 liter poor little truck just does that too, man. On hills,
And-
it's just a
and like I said,
suffers.
Like I said, that might be just symptomatic
How it is.
of how this is. I don't know.
Wait a minute.
I mean,
It's a 4-speed shift, right? It's a gearbox, not a transmission. The gearbox.
Wait, it's a transaxle.
Yeah, interesting.
And I said exactly the same thing. I just wanted to make sure me and Dan were on the same page.
Oh, fucking bullshit. Bullshit.
Well, look, man, I'm
No,
a bike guy. I work on cars, but the principles are about the same, though.
This thing is a like I
Fucking
said, it's
Chris.
not more complex than a lawnmower. You get into it, but it's like, okay, track down this little thing and one little thing, adjust another little thing, well, that affects another thing. And I'm thinking,
Yep.
and that's what I was saying earlier. It's like, I think I'm just going to, I'll keep playing and just doing slow little tweaks and stuff to it. I mean, you're always touching, but I think. What?
Look, the one guy that's a super
Are we
serious
still talking about my
mechanic,
penis?
Chris, has put no usable comments in the comment section about what's going on.
It's a valid point.
have
So,
what was I gonna ask?
so no, I figure I'm just gonna keep just a little bit and keep on it until I get around to rewiring this. I'm planning on doing that this winter. And,
Don, have you
I'll be putting in
have
an
you
electronic fuel pump.
Yeah, well, that's a good idea, actually.
Well, I don't trust the mechanical one
Sure, I wouldn't
because
either.
it's just a because it's also running off that cam, and
Right.
it's just a rubber gasket right above that cam.
Mhm.
That rubber gasket fails, I'm dropping gas right down into the middle of that engine.
Yep.
The rubber gasket will fail. It's 50 plus years old. It's going to fail at some point.
Mhm.
I know so.
Everything fails
We
eventually.
have that- because-
Andrew said so in his way. He was like, "And I know this, bitch."
no,
Yeah. This
no,
is from my
yeah.
MIT days, motherfucker.
Because I watched Dad work on our 79 Triumph Spitfire.
Huh.
The fuel pumps in the back.
What?
79 Triumph Spitfire.
Chris.
Well, Don's not taking any different
It's-
road than I would on that, honestly,
It's-
because when you
It's
like
British.
even jet
It's-
skis, they have those pre-oil mixers where people don't want to mix the oil themselves, so they come with the pre-mixers, and then those fail, and then they burn up their engine, and they can't figure out why. It's like, well, I mean, you took a 25-year-old jet ski, and you thought the pre-mixer was going to do its job after 25 years.
And it
Like,
won't.
come on, man, just mix your own oil at this point and pour it in. That's you're just asking for problems by reusing the pre-mixer.
When I
It's the
got-
same
I
principle
bought
with
my
you.
Firebird-
It makes sense to switch over to electronic fuel pump. 100%. I would, yeah.
I
Yep.
bought my Firebird for $200 out of a field, and we started working through it. Got it running. First thing that went wrong, you know what it was? The fucking float pin in the 4-barrel. First thing that went wrong. So we just rebuilt the 4-barrel, and fucking it was perfect.
I mean, dude, carbs are. I love carbs.
They're funny,
Honestly,
though.
when you're not having problems with them, they're amazing. And when you are having problems with them, they're still pretty simple to fix if you know what you're doing. But it's
Mhm.
so much better than
Well, there's
fuel injection.
There's so few.
I
There's
love
so
Carburetor.
few
Yeah.
moving parts.
Right. It's just all simplicity if you think about it. It's just understanding how to tune it properly so the engine can handle the gas and air mixture. Once you get that down, fuck, man, those machines
Yeah.
run awesome.
Yep.
Indeed.
Oh God, I hate fuel injection.
They,
I don't like
well,
fuel
That's the
injection
thing. Getting
either.
this
I don't
lever, getting this lever when I bought it. These things, a lot of times people take these levers. They'll do the dual levers on either side. Just put them port to port, both sides. And I got this one that's center mounted. So I had to go through and rejet it richer
Yeah.
to handle both sides of the engine. And so it's like, okay, so jet and work your, start
Yep.
at your idles and then
Yep.
go to the main jet and work your way up.
Yeah, as soon as you eliminate lean popping, then you're starting to get into the proper jet size. Normally, when you finally stop lean pop, you go 2 jet sizes higher than that, and that should solve the problem.
I
For
took
those of you
care of
guys
all
who
that.
don't know what lean popping is, it's when the engine's running completely lean. Yeah, it's when your carb is backfiring instead of your exhaust pipe.
Yeah.
That's and when
Yeah,
when it's
and
spitting out of
on
your
this thing-
carburetor.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this one, it sounds like somebody just behind you going. It just, it's not a,
Yeah.
it's not a loud pop. It's just a.
No, it's just a little. Yeah, it's funny when people don't know what it is though. They're like, "What the fuck is that?"
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, my 1200 GSXR had that problem. No matter what jet sizes I threw at it, would always lean pop. And I finally just realized, you know what? It's part of this bike. It just is gonna do it. It's gonna do it at idle. When I ride it, it's fine, but at idle, it just lean pop like crazy. I could never get it to stop.
show them again.
Chris wanted to hear it again.
That's what she did. Yep.
You know what? Maybe one of these times I'll make a whole video just about lean popping. I will force a motorcycle to lean pop. I'll just remove one of the vacuum leads off of it and just let her lean pop away and show people what it is. Yeah.
Yep.
It's annoying, man. It's frustrating to get it. A lot of times it's just a vacuum line came off or like a vacuum cap just cracked and it's allowing extra
Hey.
air in.
I'm really lucky. I only have one vacuum line on this thing over to the distributor.
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
it's
not-
as
not-
simple as
Well, a lot of
did you
bikes
check
now
the dis-
are getting vacuum actuated, which is really annoying. I wish they would
Uh,
stop doing that.
Yeah.
Did you check the distributor cap?
What? That's timing. No, that wouldn't do it.
did I check the distributor cap? Check it. Check it for what?
Well, if it went bad, that's
Would it
what.
go bad?
That. Never mind.
Oh, well, I did, dude. There's no distributor cap on my motorcycle, man. It's just the coils.
No, his dune buggy.
Oh, I was like, bro, it's CDI driven. It's gonna. Yeah,
I'm,
no,
ask-
man.
I'm asking Andrew. I'm asking Andrew. How would it go bad? There's no points on this one. It's electronic. It's a Unilite.
I'm just
So,
thinking of what
There-
else.
this one, if this one, it's a Unilite. It's all electronic. If it goes bad, it just don't work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, dudes, I'm down to 19% battery. I didn't charge up for this, so well, apologies. I'm gonna have to roll out. Don, check your spark plug color. That'll tell you a lot right out the hole. Maybe it's just spark plug. Maybe it's just still
Listen,
carb issue.
Dan, I'm just gonna tell you now. I don't see color. I'm not that way.
You fucking racist fucker.
Dominic.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
All right.
Oh, God.
It might just be something little
right.
simple like fucking air mixture. Might
Well,
be.
and that's the thing, man, is it could be, but like I said, the spark plug color will tell you everything you really need to know. If it's running good, they'll be coffee brown, and then it's not your problem. It's elsewhere. But I will throw
Mike.
this at you, Don. If it shows as running slightly lean, right, just slightly, I think you're going to be correct in your assessment of fuel on top end issue. I think that's
Mhm.
going to be the real bugger. Is that's where it's at, because it doesn't sound like it's running lean down on the low end of the
Nope.
or on the high end
I
of
got
the gear
I
spec.
got I got plenty of oomph on that low end, and it's just on that top end, and that's why I'm thinking it's just sucking that bowl dry. And the problem is, I mean, you can't see what it's doing in that bowl while you're.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, have you? I hate to
Sounds
ask this
pinky.
because you were just talking about it's a 50-year-old engine. Have you ever pinned it to see if she'll reach the top of the RPM gauge, just to see if it is actually taking the flow of fuel? No, you might want to do that, man. Just one peg, see if it just red lines and comes out. I hate to do it, dude, but I'm telling you right now, you may find out that it stops at like
You
62.
know, my old engine, I got a crack behind the third cylinder. It's weak there, and I just get nervous about wrapping up. That's the only reason I hate downshifting and wrapping it up to climb those hills at 55.
Right.
Because
You're afraid.
I'm wrapping up. I hate to go too far over.
You're afraid to burn a valve. That's what
Mike.
you're afraid of. Burn a valve.
He's Don's over here talking to a guy that rides a 30-year-old sport bike that leaves the throttle pinned 90% of the time.
Bro, let's go. I don't know, Chris. I have no idea.
Don just,
I just send it because I can fix whatever goes wrong. Let's go.
Could you
Oh,
see
yeah.
him pinning and having a burnt valve in the same day? It'd be like,
No, I mean, you know,
I wouldn't
honestly,
mind,
dude,
I wouldn't mind a burnt valve.
you
A burnt valve, I
won't
can
burn
replace
it.
the heads on these things.
You won't burn the valve doing a rev shot. It won't burn the valve. You're more likely to throw a valve than burn one.
Yeah, I'm likely to
or
go
throw
through
a
that
rod,
thin
or throw a
wall
rod.
in that
Yeah.
case back
Yeah.
behind the third.
Yeah.
It's a known problem with these things that they're thin walled, and a lot of times the people who are rebuilding them new, they're taking those cases and welding on and strengthening up that section.
So
But
Tim,
that's curious. A split case rebuild is when that happens.
Tim, a little heads up for the burnt valve scenario would be caused by something like running lean. If you are running lean, that is a very surefire way for a burnt valve to happen, man.
True,
Quickly too. Like if you're not
But-
paying attention.
The good thing about these engines is that everything's external. I mean,
Fucking Chris.
jugs in the heads.
Yeah, I know. I'm watching this shit.
You can do
Right.
that,
Like,
especially with the buggy. I can do it with an engine still in the buggy. I can pull everything and just leave
Right.
the engine still up that transmission. Yeah,
Chris.
I'm outta
that's,
here,
that's
man.
what Tim does. Thanks, Dave.
Hey, rigor mortis.
All right, guys. I'll
Later.
catch you on the flip.
Later, Dan.
All right.
Doodles.
Oh my fucking
That's why I
God.
said the one guy that's been a professional mechanic for 20 plus years has not put one single suggestion in the
diesel
comments
mechanic.
for you.
He's a
It don't
diesel
matter, bro.
mechanic.
Yeah,
I guarantee he could rip a car motor apart just as easy.
Probably could, yeah.
he's
Come on,
probably
man.
thinking that we were
Chris knows his shit.
going. He's probably thinking we were going through the right course of troubleshooting.
Well, you're doing the process of elimination. That's the first thing you do with engines, actually. So there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, he might be a diesel mechanic, but I guarantee you, Chris. I mean, I guarantee he knows gas engines too.
Yeah.
There's no way he doesn't.
But a diesel is a lot different than a regular motor.
I'd be highly
gonna-
surprised if he wasn't.
I think I'm
didn't know
going
how
to start just putting the GoPro on it and posting some drives.
Yeah, let's just record what it sounds like. What you're talking about in high end.
Oh, it doesn't sound any different. It's just
Oh, you're bogging down. Yeah.
I'm not gonna. So I'm not getting any real different sound. Just that it's not.
You're not losing compression, are you? I mean, that wouldn't even.
I don't know why I would have good compression on the low end and lose compression on the high end.
Right.
And I've already checked
That's
compression.
why you. That's why you ask a Volkswagen guy.
Yeah. And I got a neighbor who he's got a dune buggy.
Does he?
Yeah.
Nice.
I might catch him one of these days out
Ask
and about. He
him.
wants to go for a drive.
See, I had a 72 Californian Moke, and it seems like it's the same engine. I couldn't get that fucker running. I did everything to it. I couldn't get it running.
Honestly, Donald's going to have to.
Oh,
call
then
one
it
of the
doesn't
old
sound like the
guys.
same engine. Because this one's running.
Right.
All I'm saying
What's
is, if
funny
I
is
broke down,
I sold it for $2,000.
all I'm saying
There-
is, if
there's
I broke
a-
down. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, there's several VW. Yeah, I've joined a VW Facebook group that's so they just start asking questions.
Well, what I'm saying is, I would have enough faith in Chris that if we broke down in the middle of the desert, 100 miles away from anything, he'd be able to give it to me straight. We're either fucked or he's going to fix it.
I would have faith in Tim that if Tim and I were out 100 miles out in the desert and we broke down, I guarantee he would be able to suck off a truck station.
You're a dickhead. I would backyard mechanic at that cunt. I swear to God, I'll fucking do something to it to get it running. That's what backyard mechanics are best for, Don. You can fucking get it running no matter what.
I'm
It
just
won't
saying
last
if-
long, but it'll get you home.
I'm
Tim,
just
it's
saying,
called
if Chris told
MacGyver.
me, I'm just saying, if Chris told me, we're going to die, I would trust that I would have to make peace with
Oh.
that at that point.
Yeah. Yes, Chris, I did check the coolant level in my VW. I got plenty of
Change the
coolant.
you changed the headlights too, right?
No, I left those the same.
Fuck's sake.
But Tim likes to play MacGyver.
No, I'm not saying. I understand that, Mike. But what I'm saying is, I'm sure Chris could get on a gas motor and figure it out before, somebody that's not as experienced with mechanics at all, doing mechanic work at all. he would be smart
Yeah.
enough to figure it out.
You have some principles that you can follow.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying. I know he's a decent mechanic, but I'm saying I would have faith that he could figure out an issue with a car if he really dove into
Yeah,
it.
but most diesel mechanics started as a regular mechanic. Like that's
And who's to
how
say
they
he
started.
doesn't work on his own vehicles? I mean, Chris could
Right.
work on his own vehicles.
Like when I messed with a diesel motor, I didn't even know what a fucking glow plug was. I didn't know nothing about it. I wouldn't even fuck with it.
I'm saying he would be able to figure out a car issue faster than I fucking would in a heartbeat. Or probably, I don't know how knowledgeable Joe is with cars, but I'm saying most
And
of
that's
us on the
just
panel,
getting
he
it.
would probably figure it out faster.
I would
Well,
have.
I think
I would have faith in myself to be able to get myself back on the road, and because I know pretty much this entire top end of this engine, I can get home.
Well, what
I'm the
the
kind of
best
mechanic
person
that-
for Don to find is some older guy that's from that time period that worked on those
What are you
things.
trying to say?
Well, he'll
Yeah,
know that
I'm the kind
engine
of
like the
mechanic
fucking
that you
sand.
just let it work. If it's working, let
That's-
it work.
That's right.
That's. I'm just saying
Don,
that's the
just
type of guy that
leave-
will know that motor.
Thank you, Chris.
Don, you leave a set of tools in the buggy.
Like if Don went
Probably
to
has
like
a
my,
set of tools in the buggy.
Chuckle nuts. This right here
Chuckle nuts.
has
Yes,
this has
break down.
this
you'll
has
need it.
all my stuff. Hey, you want to see a little carry box for alternate jets and stuff for that carburetor I was talking
that's
about?
all the extra parts he didn't know where they went back to.
Yeah, all the
It'd be
extra
like my
parts.
motherboard. It'd be like my Ender 3 motherboard. Hey, Justin.
He's like, I'll just keep that just in case I figure out where it goes.
And,
later.
and you carry an extra fan belt.
He said chuckle nut. That's what Don said. He goes, look, chuckle nuts.
Chuckle
You see all the fucking tools like that.
Rigor
We
mortis.
all carry tools in our cars. I'm pretty sure we all do.
Yeah.
I drive a Santa
Joe?
Fe, and it's a Christmas tree car. It's got Christmas lights all over my dash. Got got the check engine light. It's got a tire light. It's got the ESC light and another light on, the ABS light on.
Hey,
But
Joe.
Everything
got you.
stops. Everything works, and I have the replacement hubs for the last year in the back. I just haven't pulled them off because nothing's wrong with it.
Hey, Joe. I
It's
got
just
this
sensors
brand.
wrong.
Joe, I got this brand new work vehicle, and I'm driving down the highway, right? And I heard
Good
this
job, Joe.
beep. I'm like, "What the fuck is that?" And then it beeped again. It senses when I'm near the center or the fog line,
Oh, yeah.
and it tells me.
It's to help him when Tim's driving drunk.
Yeah,
It's called
I believe it's called
lane
drunk assist.
It's lane keep assist.
No, drunk assist.
Yeah,
It's
the only thing
I
I,
did-
really need to do.
but I
the
found
only
out
thing
I
really
I
need to
did.
do, But
turned it
Wait
off.
till you get into a Tesla, Tim. It will drive itself.
No, fuck.
Oh yeah.
yeah, the only thing I really need to do to mine is pull the throttle body off and clean it. Because
Yeah, that's a bit.
it's well, no, mine's easy. It's two screws, two bolts,
oh, okay.
two bolts,
Good.
and airflow going into it.
Is that a
But I
Is
need
that
to
a
go
three-
pick up a gasket first.
3.8?
Nice.
2.7.
2.7.
Looking like
But what's happening is that I'll start it, and if it's like nighttime, if I start it like after a game, I've got to give it some gas and let it sit there for a second, then go. If I just
Okay.
drive down the road kind of slow and I slow down, it'll kill. And it's
Yeah.
only done that in the last month, maybe twice. But you start it right back up, and it's fine. And it's got to be the throttle body. Got to be.
Yeah. Well, that's
But
what
see,
Webb
though-
did on my 3.8. So on the 3.8, I took the throttle body apart and just cleaned the fuck out of it. And then I put a 1/2-inch spacer in it so it would give it more air. And it actually worked a hell of a lot better. I don't know if they sell them over there, but putting that 1/2-inch spacer really gave it more air. It was
But
Was
like
that
my
three? Go ahead.
okay. I was gonna say like my stepdad, you know, he actually is more like my real dad, but you know, he's been a mechanic since he was a teenager, and he's in his, I think, early 70s now. He's the type of guy that would take Donald's Volkswagen, rip that bitch apart down to nothing, and know exactly what's wrong with it. Those are the kind of guys that were worked on those things back in the day. They understand them, you know.
Right. I started pulling out engines with the block and tackle on the back tree. That's how we started when I was like 7 or 8.
Well, you got to think.
Well, I would hope that he wouldn't pull the engine out and pull it apart to find out what's wrong with it. I'd hope he would take it.
Well, what I'm saying is my uncles and my stepdad, you know, they've been mechanics for years, and they were doing that shit when Tim was a baby. You know what I'm saying? They were in their 20s.
Oh yeah,
So
that's one thing about.
I would trust a
That's one thing about getting this thing is like
your car than a younger one.
Yeah, that's kind of. I bought this thing. I didn't know anything about engine. I've learned. I've, and that's how they learn. So guess what?
Oh, you talking about your bifocals, Mike? Yeah. He's acting like he's some spring chicken, you know.
Oh, and Andrew would probably like my. I got my horn switch fixed the other day. I replaced it
in the case.
Let's see. Can you hear my horn?
I heard it.
No, but I'm saying an older engine like that, I would probably trust one of those older guys would fix it a lot and know what's wrong with it versus somebody that's younger.
I don't.
You know, like
I don't like trust them other than me, but I don't have one of them.
Well, start yourself a little VW club around there. I'm sure you'll find guys that probably have them that you just haven't met yet.
I got my neighbor. He's got one, but he didn't like his was leaking a little bit of oil, so he did pull the engine out, but then he bought a brand new engine and a brand new transmission for it. So he spent more on the engine and transmission than I did for this entire bug. I'm not sure.
You saved your.
You can buy a brand new Volkswagen engine from that time.
Rebuilt,
period?
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's
they'll
just
take them.
rebuilt.
Yeah, it's a complete rebuild.
It
They take it
depends
down
on
to
the
the case
quality.
and
It depends on the quality
Fucking
parts they use to make it, to rebuild it.
that
Yeah,
it
that's-
always
that-
does depend
that's
on the
what you
quality
like.
of parts they use to build it.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
what you
hold
need to do.
on.
Start your little Facebook group. I'm sure you'll find some guys within a 50-mile radius of you. Yeah, there you go.
Rigor mortis.
I like how Mike's saying no offense to Dom, and he's only like a couple years older than Mike.
Do you see rigors
We're
coming?
in the same. We're all in the same age bracket, and he's at fucking hell.
Yeah, maybe the VW clubs would be the little matching suits,
Or
but
can be
Volkswagen
like
club would all be
Jason.
wearing Hawaiian shirts.
There is a lot of clubs on Facebook, Don. There is.
I love
Like I said, I'm
Jason's glasses.
I'm a
Those
member of a
snaps
couple of them.
together.
There's Foul Air Club that's around here that I'm a member of.
I
You
got
see that,
into
Joe, when-
I got into a Californian moat club on Facebook when I was over here because I bought it for $1, and then
Now, Tim,
I couldn't get the engine to
you're
run.
planning on
but
moving.
I still sold it for $2,000. So
So you're planning on moving back to the U.S.
yeah.
You're gonna
July.
be moving to Tennessee.
Yes,
Ooh.
Lexington. Yeah.
What part of Tennessee? What?
I just said it. Lexington.
Where's that at?
Lexington.
He did get you
No,
on that.
he's
'cause
at.
that's something-
He's asking. Is it near
You don't know, do ya?
Nashville or?
You don't know,
It's
do
sort
you?
of- It's sort of central, but it's west. It's sort of central,
Dude.
but west. Yeah.
To be fair,
A
Donald, you
Western-
would have said the same thing to him if
Uh,
he would have asked that same question.
He would've.
vice versa.
Central Western
Hold on,
Tennessee.
I'm gonna look it up.
Hold on, I am too right now. So hold on. There we go.
You're gonna be 7 hours from
Dominic.
me.
7.
Dominic, read that.
So Lexington is near Jackson. It's a little east of Jackson. There you go.
Okay. Hawaiian shirts blend in nicely in South America, Don, just saying.
What?
Point.
In
Oh my
South
god,
America.
yeah, Hawaiian shirts. Yeah, okay.
Dominic. Dominic. That was that.
Yes,
that comment was
Dominic.
for you.
Yeah, I'm the one on that.
You
Oh,
live
Dominic's
you live
totally
in
a Hawaiian
Missouri,
shirt
right?
guy. I can see
You
it.
live in Missouri, right, Don?
On the very western.
Okay.
Oh
Yep.
no, that was at Don. But Dominic's
The
totally a
southwest
Hawaiian
corner.
shirt now.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
I do have many Hawaiian
Yeah, 'cause
shirts. It's not warm enough.
I said the Doom Buggies would be wearing Hawaiian shirts. The Doom Buggy Club would.
I can do a morning trip and get there by the afternoon. That'll be cool. Have a barbecue.
Every creepy uncle wears a Tommy Bahama shirt.
She's not gonna bother you.
But Don, do you have hotels around your area, like close to your house?
Let her go.
I got one 2 miles away, but why would you need a hotel?
I just stay at a motel. Go where you do. Do you have a fishing spot around there or somewhere around there?
Tim, what about Shadon?
Say what?
Yeah, if you drove
Shadon.
halfway across the state over here, you just stay in my basement.
Woo, basement. Yeah, baby.
It puts the lotion on the skin or it gets the hose again. The last time you see Tim.
If he has oil in a bowl, I'm leaving.
Don's like, he never
Hi,
showed up. I
Mike.
don't know what happened to him.
Oh,
I'll probably come over with Lynn. Well, Lynn will probably drive. I don't know. We'll see.
I am close to Arkansas.
Yeah, Rigger. There you go. I want to do a lot of bass fishing when I go home and a lot of crabbing.
Oh,
You can
I
get
don't
crabs
fish.
at the truck stop if you want.
yeah.
don't fish?
You can get lots of crabs around here. In fact, if you stay in my basement, you might get crabs.
You fucking nut.
Don.
You can do if Link. Oh,
But
Lynn,
if you stay in my basement, if you stay in my basement, you can't come in the front door. You gotta come in the back door.
Hmm?
yeah, I am not commenting. You prick. You'll have to do that that meatloaf. You'll have to smoke a meatloaf.
Well,
so-
right off the
because
cliff,
Lynn,
Joe.
because Lynn,
Oh, I'm telling you.
Lynn never had a smoked meatloaf. She never had a smoked meatloaf, so that would be pretty
Nope.
cool for her.
Wait, who never had a smoke?
Never had one either.
Lynn, she never had a smoked
Oh.
meatloaf.
Mm.
Because I asked her, and she goes, "No, I never."
you know how to
did
make-
that."
Next
Yeah.
big smoke meatloaf now. So
Fuck yeah, beautiful. I'll never do it another way again. I guarantee. Never.
that's what I tell people. I'm like, once you have a smoked meatloaf, you'll never have it another way.
Never do it
Like I
again.
said, I make up. When we make it, we make 4 of them.
Oh,
Yeah.
We'll have one
that's how
that
you
week,
get 'em
but
in
we
the
vacuum
basement,
seal the
Mama.
rest of them.
That's what you told me. You vacuum seal and then you boil it when you want
Yeah, throw
Yeah.
it in the freezer, and then when we're ready to heat it up, my brother has started making them in a, and I'm going to try this. Just get a muffin pan. That way he can
Yeah.
just thaw out a single serving of meatloaf, and he says it's crusty all the way around. It's the crisp
to eat a
outer
meatloaf.
burnt edge all the way.
I got a meatloaf pan. I got 2 meatloaf pans. Like a
No,
loaf pan.
I'm talking about muffin pans. He uses like muffin
the
pans, so
muffin. Oh yeah.
so it's a small single size, and you know the outside of the meatloaf is the best part.
yeah.
So every serving has that crusty outside.
Oh, that would be bomb.
So, Donald,
my
that's how
next
you
Something
get
about-
into the basement. Put a
my
meatloaf
next
at the bottom
meatloaf-
of the stairs.
the next meatloaf I smoke, I'm going to wrap in bacon.
Mm,
Mm.
I'm doing that. That's the
That
next
sounds
one I make.
tasty.
make it.
Bacon is good on any damn thing.
Dude,
Yeah.
I like bacon wrapped in bacon.
Yeah.
Rig mortis, yeah, smoked meatloaf is the best.
Uh,
Have you ever had wrapped wrapped scallops, seafood,
Oh.
wrapped scallops. You wrap
Yeah.
them around, put a toothpick in them, put it on the Barbie. Oh,
Yeah.
Let's
Bacon
just say
wrapped shrimp.
Rigger.
Tim Gramp loved
Yeah.
my grandfather loved those.
Now,
You know,
now Donald.
sitting in the chat mocking us for talking about cooking. I'm for cooking, but
No,
that just
no.
means
Now,
you don't know
to
how to
be
cook.
fair, Donald did recommend the smoked meatloaf, and Matt and Tim both did it, and they've loved it.
yeah, I love it. I won't do it any other way. But like I said, the next one I do, I'm going to wrap it in bacon. Not wrap it, but you know what I mean. Put bacon on the top of it.
Don't use
Mhm.
turkey bacon.
No, not turkey bacon. No.
That's not.
It's
He
not
means
fucking
real
that's
bacon.
Band-Aids.
He means
No,
real
bacon.
bacon.
Disgusting.
It's like
Okay.
chewing Band-Aids.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna
it
say
is.
sorry to cut across
It
you
is,
guys, but
yeah.
I'm gonna head out. So
I might eat turkey bacon
All right,
wrapped
Dom.
in regular bacon.
Night, Dominic.
Later, Dom.
I've got
Take
heaps
care,
to do,
Dom.
so I'm gonna roll.
You got heaps to do.
Right down.
There you go.
Now we were talking about bacon. Now he's going to eat.
Yeah, he's
Must
like,
be Jewish.
I'm gonna go get me a bacon.
More bacon
Now,
for Joe.
I might be able to eat turkey bacon if you wrap it in regular bacon.
No
Then
way.
I might be able
Actually,
to stomach
I'll be honest. It's not as bad as it sounds.
it.
Really?
I've
and
had it. I don't like it.
It has a good taste, but it's like chewing like cardboard.
No,
It's
I
got a
couldn't eat.
cardboard texture
Have
to
you
it.
ever had
But it's
salmon
got the
jerky?
bacon to it.
Yes, I had salmon jerky. Yes.
Salmon jerky is like it sounds weird, but it's pretty good.
Yep.
It tastes
Well-
like smoked salmon, but it's just a little tougher.
It is.
Venison
It is tough.
venison jerky is pretty good, but it's tough.
Well, it depends
But
on
that's
how
what makes
thinly
it good.
It depends on how thinly sliced it is with venison jerky. It depends on that. But it's pretty good. I had venison jerky too.
Try it, Rigger. You should try it though at least once.
Uh,
You might
Listen,
like it.
you need to try it. Make it just like you would a regular meatloaf, but then put it on your grill and smoke it.
Well,
like
how
you
do
would do
you
a-
wrap it in tinfoil or do you put
No.
it on?
No.
You
Nope.
just put it on the grill itself.
Yes.
Put it on the grill.
Now,
And
what temperature?
I
would you
usually
like
put a
it
little bit of tinfoil down first and set it on the grill
no.
so it doesn't
Yeah.
actually sink into the grill marks, but or down to in the grate. But then you go like you would smoke anything at around 250
for how long?
until you get to your internal temperature. That
So you get to
what is the internal temperature on meatloaf?
165.
Okay,
65 Celsius over here. So what's that? 65
Alexa,
Celsius.
what's 65 Celsius?
65 degrees Celsius is 149 degrees
Says
Fahrenheit.
149.
nope, that's too cold. 149 is a little cold.
Yeah, a little bit higher. Than,
165 here.
a little bit higher than.
165.
Yep. But yeah, cook it
But you can
just
tell
like
when
you
it's done.
would a regular meatloaf.
You can tell when it's done. Just put a toothpick in it. If it's still, fuck, it's beautiful.
Yeah. But it's meat. Just throw a probe in it. That
Yeah,
way
I
you don't
do.
have throw a probe in it.
Yeah,
that way
I
you don't have
do.
to open your smoker until it's done.
Yeah.
And now he wants to know what are you using? Pellets, wood, charcoal?
Hickory and apple.
What
just,
wood?
Hickory and apple.
Just buy a Bluetooth
Mhm.
probe.
That's what I have, Andrew.
Yeah.
What do you use, Donald, for your cooking?
Oh, for what I cook on, I have used several mixes. Apple is always a good one. Cherry is good.
Come on.
Any fruit great to. But
Hickory. Hickory.
I do have some hickory chips that I usually throw in, or I might switch out if I'm feeling a little bit adventurous to mesquite. Mesquite has a
Mesquite.
little more
Ooh,
of an
mesquite is
acrid
so good.
flavor. So I like to mix it in just sparingly if I'm using apple because it'll overpower the apple. But
Well, I have.
Mesquite's
I
good, though.
usually with my meatloaf, I usually start with hickory and then end with apple.
So it looks like Rigger's got an apple.
Oh, it's beautiful. Yeah.
I use apple to smoke pork to make pulled pork.
yeah, do a pork butt or a shoulder.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Pork butt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pork butt.
Yep. Do you usually do the butt or the picnic cut?
The butt.
Oh, look at that. He smoked salmon with apple. Fucking beautiful. That would be beautiful.
Oh,
Well, now, yeah, there you go, Mike. Fucking just take limbs off of your apple tree and make shards out of it.
Yeah.
Dry it out.
Oh, my parents had a cherry tree that split in half. They had cut it down. That had big, huge branches and part of a trunk. And I chopped that up, and I had that cherry wood that I used for years. And it's like I used it just grab a big old chunk. I was just wasting it, and then until my stash started getting down, I kept it down here in the basement. And I'd come down here and start getting lower and lower, and it's like, oh, maybe I'd better chop that in half and start using it sparingly. And
My buddy works for a tree service, and one day he knocks on my cottage, and he goes, "I got something for you." Well, they cut down a mango tree, and he chopped it up in pieces like that. And he goes, "Let this dry out." And he put it underneath the tarp. And me and my neighbor and another neighbor used it this year to smoke. And mango is pretty damn good to smoke with. Pretty damn good.
you do pulled pork with the loin?
He soaks it in root beer.
Yeah, but he's making it with the loin.
I never did it with no. I did it with the butt.
Is that not?
That's like a roast.
I'm just
isn't
wondering
it?
how it would dry out. Yeah, the loin is much leaner. I mean, the shoulder puts up with it because it's got all that connective tissue in it.
Right.
Longer cooking process. It's got all that fat content in it.
Yeah, whole loin works awesome. Really? I never heard of that.
Interesting.
Yeah, it is loads of fat. That's what yeah.
So you don't trim it? Okay.
Any of you guys can do that too, by the way.
If there's too much fat, trim some of the fat off.
Well, I don't know. Like with my chicken breasts and everything like that, they say trim off the fat. I don't trim it all off because
I do when I do
Yeah.
fried chicken strips. I try to trim off the fat.
Yeah, that I could understand, but doing a whole breast and I don't trim a lot of the fat off. I want it in there,
Dude,
you know. Like,
my chicken strips are so good, dude. They come out just golden brown and
what breading do
everybody in
you
the
use?
house.
What breading do you use?
I just use eggs and a little bit of splash of milk in the eggs and some flour, and then I just put then I
Now,
mix
do you double
a
dip?
bunch of seasoning with the flour.
Do you double dip? Double coat?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I grill, and then when I'm done frying it, I pull it out and I sprinkle just a little bit of salt over it. And perfect, dude. Comes out perfect every time. Nice and tender in the inside, juicy,
Yeah.
not overcooked. Breading's perfectly golden brown.
Take care of
My
Mike
son-
and Rigger.
My kids always beg me to make it all the time.
Yeah. Now,
What up,
what with my chicken
Mike.
strips, I usually have them with ranch dressing. What do you dip them in?
Later, Rigger.
I dip them in ranch
I usually
dressing.
do buffalo sauce, just whatever I'm feeling. Ranch. I
Yeah.
might do barbecue sauce one night.
Yeah.
Honey
Blue
mustard.
cheese.
What?
Blue cheese.
Blue
Blue
cheese.
cheese. Oh, blue cheese. I can't. No, I can't stand it.
Yeah, I'm
I
not a
love
big
blue cheese.
fan myself.
No, I
I
can't.
said that for Justin.
Boo.
What about
No,
Hidden
blue
Valley
cheese can't-
Ranch Original?
That's what I just said. Ranch. That's what
Yeah.
I had. Everything. Yeah.
Because there's now
Love
different
it.
flavors of ranch. It's complicated.
I'm gonna try.
Well, see, I like the really good ranch, the thick restaurant style ranch.
Yeah, the Paul Newman Ranch. Yeah. That's what I
Yeah.
like.
I hate when you go to a restaurant and they fucking water the ranch down. You can clearly tell. they
Yeah.
do it. The shit's
Yeah.
like almost watery. It's not thick.
Yeah. I want to try a new last week I think I did it. Yeah, last Saturday I made hush puppies. So I graded the potatoes and I drained them all, like
in the what's the name? I drained them all, and I used a different oil. But I'm going to use a different oil next time. I used vegetable last time, but I'm going to use a.
Calling this a hush puppy?
Yeah. Pardon?
You're calling this a hush puppy?
No, I grate the potato. I grate them, and then I put them in my seasoning, and then I put it in oil and fry it. It's a hush puppy. And
sounds more like a hash brown.
Well, it's like a hash brown, but they call it a hush puppy with the seasoning and everything that they put in.
Yeah.
Maybe in Australia.
No.
But I did that. I did that last week, but I did it with vegetable oil. I want to try peanut oil.
Well,
and see if it.
Well, how was it with vegetable oil?
Wasn't. No, it wasn't that good.
Okay. Well, try something else.
Now, how you do your hush puppy? Is it a different way that you do it, Don or Joe?
Cornmeal.
Cornmeal.
Yeah, hush puppy's supposed to be cornmeal.
You dip it in corn.
You
No,
got cornmeal.
it's a ball of cornmeal and maybe diced onions in it and your seasonings and
stuff like that, a little seasoning.
Okay.
Just yeah.
Well, then
That's a hush puppy.
Mine was sort of more like a fritter then. Anyway. Or a potato patty. I don't know. But they taste.
I've had hush puppies filled with corned beef, the sauce for the Reuben, and cheese.
I had hush puppy with potatoes and cheese.
You did not have a hush puppy that was full of corned beef. But that's not a hush puppy. I don't know what it is, but it's not a hush puppy.
Well, they called it a flavor of hush puppy. That's what they call.
Not with corned beef.
It was a Reuben. It was a Reuben hush puppy. I'll call it that.
Oh, there you go. There you go. That'd be more like it.
It was delicious.
Then what I made was a potato fritter. There you go, Don. Joe.
Okay.
Potato fritter. I did good.
I'll accept that.
Okay.
I'll accept it. Justin.
I'll get a hush puppy recipe.
I will allow that.
I'll get a hush puppy recipe. I want original.
I don't know. It seems like every time I'm online talking about food, I'm talking about making biscuits and gravy, and I haven't made that for a while. I think I'm going to be doing that coming up soon.
I haven't made that in like a year. I wanted it again. It's beautiful.
It sounds like Don has a subconscious craving for biscuits and gravy.
I always have a craving for biscuits and gravy.
Do you know who Kent Rollins is, Don?
Do what?
Do you know who Kent Rollins is?
Oh yeah, Cowboy Cook.
Yeah, that's where I got all my recipes from, because in his information at the bottom, you can download and print them out. That's where I got them.
His burrito tacos, the red tacos, those look really good. I want to try them.
Yeah. He did this enchilada, and I did it here, and holy crap! Oh, beautiful. Yeah. Kent Rollins is where I got.
Do you ever watch? He's good. Do you ever watch Food Wishes?
No.
Food Wishes.
Might have. I'm not sure.
I watch a guy that Joe might know. Hold on. He's on YouTube. He's from down Joe's.
Oh no, Andrew. Do you like mountain oysters?
No.
How have you had them?
Did, but no.
Smoky Ribs. His channel.
Never had.
Oh, you haven't had them. So how do you know you don't like them?
True.
Joe, his channel is Smoky Ribs Barbecue. He's down around your area. Beautiful.
I probably have seen it, but
I'll put it in the chat.
I bet Andrew would like mountain oysters.
Hold on. Let me see where the fuck am I? Hold on.
Do you even know?
You've never tried them
I
though.
love good cod. Love myself good cod.
There you go, Joe. in the.
I
main
bet
chat.
you. I bet if Andrew got a couple good-sized mountain oysters in his mouth, he would really appreciate them.
No. Okay,
Mm,
I need a beer.
it's beer o'clock somewhere.
I mean, anytime you cook up mountain oysters, you're going to have a ball.
Andrew, do you have any idea
Uh,
what those are?
Oysters?
I just heard.
Obviously. I have been to many places
Andrew
that
thinks
have had.
mountain oysters are oysters. That's nuts.
Not
It's
quite.
buffalo balls, you steer balls. Fucking
I honestly have been to many places that even have Rocky Mountain oysters. So,
Andrew, they are testicles.
oh,
I wonder if he's ever
I
ate them and
know.
didn't realize it.
Oh,
He's like, yeah, I'll try
and-
some of those oysters.
Yeah, look around. You can.
lightly fried calamari, delicious.
That's about the texture of
that's
Rocky Mountain oysters.
calamari is squid.
Yes,
Beautiful. I love it. With a little aioli sauce.
yes.
Beautiful. So have you ever seen that show, that YouTube channel, Joe?
I saw it a couple times.
Yeah, he's
went and
pretty
looked at
good at it. He's pretty good.
It makes me hungry.
Oh, he does, man. When he does,
So,
when it's seafood bowl. Oh,
so now does Joe want a late night snack?
No, not tonight.
you never saw his pictures, hey, Andrew?
Who's?
He hungry every time he sends them to me. Holy crap!
Chris is having
Beautiful
fun with the dad jokes.
Now, how do you do that?
Do an explanation. Just exactly like Chris put it. in the
Exclamation
chat.
point, Dad.
No spaces. We'll do it you can do it every 5 seconds.
What do you get when you cross a pig and a pineapple? A porcupine.
Uh,
I'm gonna add some more stuff. I had one for Chuck Norris jokes, but it's not fucking working. So I'm gonna go
Yeah,
back.
that's why it
and
keeps
add
on-
Hey, here's a question, Don. Instead of making the meatloaf, smoking the meatloaf with bacon on it, because we don't have bacon like back home. What about prosciutto? Be the same, wouldn't it? Well, it is the same, but I'm saying, how do you think that would taste?
well, prosciutto's
Oh
been
my god!
hung and aged, right?
Right. Think that would
What is
taste
the
pretty
fat?
good.
What's the fat content on that like?
Not much. Not much one.
You're gonna be
Nope.
losing out. I mean, you're after that the
Maybe.
fat.
It wouldn't. It
And
wouldn't
bacon.
draw into the meatloaf, would it? As much as bacon.
Mm-mm. You're that's what you're after is that fat content.
Yeah. Because our bacon comes like in it sort of looks like an oval taste or oval size. They're called cuts. They're not strips like back at home. So I would
Okay, are
have
they
to-
still? But
Oh.
is there fat content about the same in those ovals?
Yeah.
It really high fat content? Then I
Yeah.
would just cut that up and use that.
Cut them
You're
up
really
in
just
strips.
wanting to get that fat dripping down around it, get that flavor.
Yeah, I'll do that. I got a roast in the
Oh shit, this is
freezer.
a long one.
All that out.
Some people say that comedians who tell jokes soon burn out.
Oh my god.
They don't know what.
They're not
On
that
that note, on that
Mhm.
note, I'm going to sign off because since I didn't
All right,
work
Joe.
tonight, I can get in bed a couple hours early.
Hey, there
I
you go.
appreciate you coming in, man.
Oh, I
Yeah.
appreciate
Night,
being there.
Joe.
You know, I tried to get
Hey,
on.
Joe.
I'm going to tell you, I tried to get on pause. I think it was yesterday. It was asking me for another password.
Okay, next time it does that, just ask us and we'll put it in the chat for you. It
Cool.
does that sometimes.
Well, I'll ask you next time because it did that last time.
Yeah,
Yep.
we'll let
Okay.
you know. All
Okay.
right,
All right, take care, Joe.
I'm going
Be
to go get
safe.
some rest later.
Take care,
Good
man.
night.
later.
Well, things are probably winding down because I've got my headphone in here. Keeps me low. Power off and off. So now
I just heard that. It said power up.
Yeah, I'm gonna jump off too because it's already 12 o'clock. I'm gonna go get some rest.
All right, man. It's like 2 o'clock
All
here.
right.
I'm gonna watch a movie and shit and
Yeah.
chill out. Okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna watch a movie and lay down in the bed for a little bit.
Yeah. All right, bro.
Good night,
Take care, Ethan.
Don.
Take
Can
care,
you hear us,
everybody.
Don?
yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, you can hear you.
All right, good night, guys.
All right. Take care, everybody. Be safe.
Good night.
See ya.
All right, everybody in the chat. We will see you guys again tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern, and we'll see you guys again next time.
Saw me walking in about a mile away. Bean just had to take a